This is a HeadGum podcast.
This week on the program, hey, cool, it's the 600th time we've done this. It's Delta Farce. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric the podcast man.
Crash Cabin.
And we hate movies. Hello, everyone. Welcome to We Hate Movies. Thank you for tuning in. As always, that's right. For some of you, this may be the 600th time you've tuned in.
Poor unfortunate souls.
600 of those main features.
Feed episodes.
I'm sure a fan of ours can do the calculations, and this is probably the 12,000th release.
I think we're close to 1,000.
Is that right?
I think so.
Let's get our numbers boys on the phone, see what's up. But yeah, so big monumental day here in the studio. So of course we got to talk about fucking Larry the Cable Guy.
Course, yeah.
It's Delta Farce from 2007, directed by someone who I could have sworn was a fake person, C.B. Harding, but you'll know him as the director of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour movie and approximately 10,000 other blue-collar averse-related projects.
And he has a cameo in the film as the mailman that gets chased
Isn't that
around.
funny? You got a little mailman in that movie. What if a dog was getting after that mailman?
You're like the Alfred Hitchcock.
Making your cameos.
Well, speaking of people who are not in this movie, Jeff Foxworthy was supposed to be in it.
Right.
And he backed out because he had scheduling conflicts with What Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Oh, man. Isn't that
He was
something?
smarter than the whole goddamn lot of them. He's not this fucking movie.
That's true. And then DJ Qualls replaces him.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It must be, right?
He's the odd man out. It would make sense. It would be like...
I was going to say, like, you had to have been so fucking desperate to have Bill Engvall have this many speaking roles that I thought Engvall stepped in for Foxworthy, and DJ Qualls was just going to be there the whole time as the little weirdo.
I would also assume you come up to Ron White with this and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" What the fuck? No,
Throws a
absolutely.
tumbler of
Look,
whiskey in your
I
face.
get drunk and I smoke a cigar, and that is it. I will not be on your screen.
If you're too busy filming a game show, you can't make a bad movie.
I mean, I would call out of this having scheduled conflicts with dinner. That would be
totally.
I would just be no.
This is
Ooh, sorry guys, I can't be in it. There's a Twilight Zone marathon on in about 10 minutes.
Wife's making beef stroganoff tonight. Sorry.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to mow the lawn tomorrow. Can't do it.
Do you think Larry the Cable Guy's probably he's probably jealous of that Golden Corral ad?
Ooh, yeah.
Like, I could have been mine. I was that Prilosec OTC was just a stepping stone.
But he's got the Pixar cred.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
true. I think that battles off the Golden Corral
But you
money.
know what, though? It could be this, right? Like, oh, man, I got all these millions playing Mater, but Foxworthy's getting paid in chicken nuggets.
That's what he would. That was my preferred payment.
But Larry, you could buy all sorts of chicken nuggets with your Mater money, but he's getting them directly as payment.
It's stolen valor. He never goes to Golden Corral. I go and I pay full fucking price.
You tell me right now, how many chicken tenders did Jim Carrey get paid for Batman Forever? I want double that.
I heard about Jim Carrey's story. He promised his father he'd give him 1 million chicken nuggets when he made it in Hollywood. And then tragically, his daddy died before he could do it. So he wrote a check and put it in his father's dead jacket pocket. And it said, 1 million chicken nuggets, Daddy.
From Checkers.
It's a true Jim Carrey story.
yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, not the chicken nugget.
For chicken nuggets?
No,
Exactly.
He wrote a check for $1 million. He said he would give his father $1 million if he made it big, and his dad passed away. So he wrote $1 million and put it in the
Wow.
suit
Did
jacket
he make
pocket.
it out for cash? Because if so, grab a shovel, y'all.
I mean, the casket's lowering and they all dive in trying to open up the
Pay to the order of St. Peter 1 million heaven bucks.
Oh, man, indulgences.
That'd be cool. Yeah, maybe that's a cool movie you just made, like an Ocean's 11 Jim Carrey's Dead Dad heist movie.
Yeah.
Jim, just maybe put void on the check before you put it. No.
Who's gonna find it?
I'm gonna need 12 guys.
Including Paul Oakenfeld. While grave digging.
Fuck yeah, totally.
They wear funny mustaches and stuff.
Segmenting the screen. There's multiple frames going
Yes,
on.
exactly.
Check it out, we dug him up. Jeff Dunham, get over here. Look at this. Use this fella like a puppet.
Bring your Mexican pepper over here, Jeff.
Scott Conn is like doing some funny business with the grave attendant, you know what I mean, to
totally.
distract him.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Casey Affleck arguing like outside a mausoleum on the other side of the property.
Comically large, like floral display and balloons they're bringing to some special grave or whatever.
No, Tombstone wasn't the better frozen pizza. Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was.
Bernie Mac's driving a hearse into the funeral.
Ooh, goes to Bernie Mac in the film. I like that.
Well, I'd like to think that a great project like this could have got off the ground 10 years ago.
Or you just Tarkin him now.
Yes.
Yeah, they got no problem with
absolutely.
that.
Oh yeah, like Harold Ramis, dude.
Yeah.
Just like
My God, I finally saw that movie and yikes with that thing.
Brother.
My Lord.
we are just dangerously far from Delta Farce, aren't we?
Yeah, can you tell
Yeah,
we're trying to just veer off the. It's kind of like in American Werewolf in London, where that dude's like, "Stay off the moors,"
Yeah.
and they walk right into it. We are steering right towards the moors.
So we open it on a almost Patton-esque, if it was done in like an abandoned warehouse
Yes.
scene with this guy who's
Yeah,
in a-
more shower.
Yeah,
He's
been
in
in
everything. He
24. I
20
remember him.
always playing like a government official.
Fringe.
time.
He was like a fucking like meathead FBI agent.
Huge, and he's given this big speech about how like what we need now are like soldiers who mean things. We need soldiers who can fight the good fight. We need heroes.
Did somebody say hero? I'm cleaning up diarrhea in this cafeteria.
Dude, you got the Larry the Cable Guy dressed up as like Woody from Toy Story with this outfit. It looks
Yeah.
like he's working at a Golden Corral, by
does.
the way.
it does.
He's got a cowboy outfit on, and I'm like, so yeah, that's what I think about with Southwestern Southern food is heroes. Like sandwiches, not really.
And we immediately get this gross out thing of like he serves someone like a sandwich and they pull out a giant hair out of it, which no way could be his hair unless
No.
it's a body hair, like a pubic hair. Or whatever.
I haven't trimmed my pubes since the bicentennial.
And he says, "Don't worry about that. I've been using a new conditioner."
It's like, okay, cool. Like I used soap, so
Yeah.
feel free to eat things that fall off my body.
I let my armpit hair grow out like the feminists.
Oh man. It's classic Larry maneuvering here also in these fucking movies. This like very attractive young woman
Get the
walks in
fuck
and
out of
he has a
here.
track record of having sexual intercourse with this
Yeah,
woman
yeah.
apparently.
I was like, so how much is it paying her? What's the deal
Yeah,
here?
yeah,
What's-
totally.
Oh, she's
totally.
here for that bathroom sex I've been giving her.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, he's like, "Oh, you want to have a bathroom quickie? Yeah, let's fuck in this Golden Corral
I
bathroom."
mean, I'm supposed to clean up the one next to it, but this one's clean.
Yeah, Larry, I'm here not because I have a VD, but you gave me trichinosis somehow. Having sex with you is like eating uncooked pork.
I'm finding black spots on my body. I believe I'm rotting away.
Hey, cool, I gave someone the Black Plague.
But it turns out she's pregnant, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm going to be a father," and he has to tell the entire restaurant.
And you see this joke coming a mile away,
Oh, of
right?
course.
It's- I mean, like every joke in this film, but and like everyone's like really excited, and she keeps being like, "But and he's like, yeah, and you know what? For the next hour, the salad bar is open for anybody for all and all the fixins, all them fixins."
Yeah.
Which, like, what does he mean by fixins? Like putting potato salad on top of a bed
I
of
think
lettuce?
he's-
Free chicken tenders on your salad.
He was like, "Before you start lining up for them bacon bits,
That's exactly
let me everyone gather around."
because that's the thing, dude. The bacon, it's everything's. You know, you can put as many pickles or whatever you want on there. Them bacon bits will
Yeah.
cost you extra, but Larry is being gregarious here and saying the bacon bits are now for the next hour also free.
and the
pretty
chunks
great.
of chicken and the ham. You just you go hog wild.
Cubed ham is on the house.
You can't just Hey, hold on. You can't put a fish fillet on top of a salad. That ain't a fiction.
That ain't right.
Madam, you cannot put a hamburger on your salad. Please stop telling the chef to do that.
He's like, before everyone does that, let me make an announcement. I'm going to ask this girl to marry me.
I
And
gotta say,
Yeah.
pretty stunned that he wasn't like, we gotta find a way to get rid of it. Here's some
I mean,
vodka.
I don't think so.
you know what? No, the salad bar is free because it's going to kill that pregnancy right quick.
Well,
You know,
I mean,
I-
so maybe not a total abortion, but just like not be like. I guess I was surprised that the character was this excited and immediately asked for
Well,
it.
hey, life is sacred.
Dan, I love all of the racism in this film. It's gonna hit right for the Bible Belt. The abortion joke up top, though, is really I think it's gonna rub people the wrong way.
I think it's kind of funny to say that I wanted to slip a little bleach into her diet soda.
That's a leftover joke from Foxworthy. He's the most liberal of all of us.
If
Yeah.
you were drinking bleach and diet soda, you just might be at a Golden Corral.
If you take your girlfriend who's pregnant to a monster truck rally and she's driving the monster truck, you just might be causing a miscarriage.
I forget if I ever copped to this. I owned several Jeff Foxworthy CDs.
I thought you were about to cop to causing miscarriage.
Well, I mean, for a later date.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Wait, so
about
what?
that.
Like comedy albums?
Oh, yeah.
I remember liking them in the 90s, but
Wow.
not seeking it out, but it was just Comedy Central would have it, and I'd be like,
Uh-huh.
you might be a redneck. That's pretty
These are your
something."
scarlet letters right
Yeah.
now, you guys are saying.
But I never
pretty something.
I never bought an album.
Oh, I
Well,
know.
well,
I had at least two.
I had enough of a collection of conservative relatives that filled me in on all the you might be's, the fucking TV on top the broke TV,
Uh-huh.
the stupid signs. I've heard these things. You know, the oral tradition of passing these things down through
Did
storytelling.
someone say oral? Did Foxworthy have like a sitcom at some point?
He did.
yeah.
I think I might have watched some of that.
As did Engvall, actually.
He watched that show as well,
He did, but he also had his own sitcom, which
Right.
was the birth of Jennifer Lawrence.
which I did not see.
She's
Really?
birthed right on the show.
Mhm.
Oh my
It's a
god!
special live episode.
Was she
Yeah.
the baby in Delta Farce that was going to happen?
Oh, God.
This lady's like, oh, and by the way, Larry, it's not yours. Thank God you were fucking around on this guy.
Absolutely. But then why are you in a relationship with this guy who looks like Larry the Cable Guy and is also
Having to dress like that for work?
exactly like, it's not like he's a banker and like, he's like a sugar daddy situation. Like,
Well,
what are you getting out of this arrangement, madam?
I'm kind of a banker for food. It's sort of like an ATM. They line up, they withdraw their sandwiches.
You may not have a loan for a fish fry.
See, I'm part of the Burger King Rewards program, and that's how I get all my ladies.
I siphon off with the kids club.
I got just a bunch of credits on that card. I could buy 5 Happy Meals, no problem, no charge.
Oh, will you marry me? Here's a Happy Meal toy.
The ladies love it when I wear a paper crown.
But here's the thing. So Larry can be as fat as he wants.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if a woman were to be fat, that would be disgusting.
Oh,
Which
right.
Larry the Cable Guy points out
Yes.
right here, because this woman, like the girlfriend or whatever, is like, the baby ain't yours, and he's like, oh, not cool. And then like the whole celebratory mood dies down, and then this heavyset woman says, well, but what about the free salad bar? And he's like, what do you care? You never visited a salad bar in your life, fat.
And now there's apparently, I guess, a deleted scene or something. 'Cause
No.
did you guys watch the blooper reel at the end?
I could
yes.
barely. Yeah, okay.
You got to do it, folks. And
you?
There is he's outside in this blooper reel nursing his head with like a ice pack or something, and says, "I don't know how some of that fat could move so quick."
Oh, yes. Because
So
that's
it's from this scene.
the idea is like, he got into a fight with her, and that's how he loses
Yeah.
his job.
Well, yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have to excise the image of him having consequences for acting like this in public.
But good on the movie for realizing 90 minutes. Okay. Any
Totally
more than that,
fine, totally
we're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, also, again, that producer's like, Yeah, Dan, I love it. I love all this stuff. You beating a woman in a parking lot. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be as family friendly as you want this film to be.
I also don't like the look of you being like beaten by a woman. I don't want her to have any dominance here. I don't like that.
But it was a giant woman.
Hey, cool! I got cuckolded. Oh, awesome!
Hey, cool. She's sucking his dick.
Hey, cool! I get the wow.
Well, she's spitting babies out that ain't mine.
Hey, cool! I'm in a Jeffrey Chaucer story. I'm cuckolded. Awesome.
If you got a baby on top of another baby in your womb, you just might be having twins.
Hey, cool.
I was going to say you're a redneck, but that's not true.
If your two kids are born on the same day, you just might be having twins.
Wow, he's really losing the thread. Is he just saying facts now? Is that the thing? Is that the joke?
If you bringing an umbrella outside, it just might rain later.
If you turn a key forward away from your body and a motor starts, well, you might just be sitting in a car.
If you're sitting down to eat food after 6 p.m., you just might be having dinner.
Get back to the older stuff, Jeff.
This is supper erasure.
Hey, cool. She's rubbing my face in it while he comes.
Oh man. Hey, cool. I got one of them absolute power setups where I'm in a closet with a two-way mirror. Hey, how cool.
Oh, man, I love being degraded sexually. It's the best. I love it.
But so then we get to Bill Engvall, who is uniquely bad.
It's
So-
Oh, my
stunning.
God.
Like, if you ever needed Larry the Cable Guy to look like a superstar, just put him
Yes.
in the scenes with Bill Engvall.
because he's got charisma and can he delivers his lines as bad as they are, like with panache. You know what I mean? Like some kind of panache.
Energy.
Yes.
Hey, Panache, can I get mustard on that?
See, that's a great joke. And Larry would kill it. Larry would
But
kill that fucking joke.
Introducing Bill here is they're trying to give him like an Ed O'Neill from Wayne's World joke where he's
Yes.
talking about,
yes.
but he can't do the turn
Nope.
well.
Nope.
He
No,
cannot do it.
No. And so it's just like, oh, it's not like with Ed O'Neill where you're like, wow, this guy's hilariously deranged. You're like, this guy's tiredly deranged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because eventually he starts talking about like what his marriage and eventually no divorce and how only the sweet release of murder suicide.
Yes.
Which is funny concept.
Yes.
Sure.
And someone could deliver it, but he can't.
I don't think he has the energy to pull off a murder-suicide.
No.
What he's giving me here, it's all downers.
Did you notice though? He was running an air conditioner outside.
Oh, he
Yeah.
might just be one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take that, libtards.
Also,
Gotta cook the planet till I die.
because also the character just has too much stuff going on too. Like, because Larry's just a big, and that's the problem too. Is that also physically, Bill Engvall is kind of a fat guy, so it's kind of this weird thing where like Larry's the fat one. It's like if everyone's like, oh, Steve's the fat one on We Hate Movies, like I don't know, we're all kind of the same. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah,
not-
totally. You can't pick a winner here.
exactly. It just sort of doesn't make any sense. So like Larry gets all the fat jokes. It's like, oh, he also is like a shit heel slip and fall Sue guy.
Yes, he's a Sue happy kind of scumbag. It's like because Larry the thing is just like fat and stupid, and
Yes.
Bill Engvall's thing is like overly litigious with fucking bitch wife at home,
Well,
played
yes.
by Lisa Lampanelli, which it should be against the
Nope.
law to give that woman acting roles.
Don't
Yes.
do it. Don't ever do it.
Oh,
And
it's terrible.
Larry has to be the de facto leader here because the other two are borderline murderers.
May I just posit the de facto leader?
Yeah, de facto, there we go.
Let us continue.
I mean, that's like the joke in both cases is like Bill Engvall is very slowly like, I would like to kill my wife and kill myself and then leave this moral coil. Whereas DJ Qualls is like, I'm going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
That's the joke is I'm alienated from everybody.
You could cut him out of the entire movie and it'll be fine.
It would be
Yep,
completely
he doesn't
fine.
do anything.
No.
I mean, but although
He's still better than
Yes.
Engvall,
oh,
though.
of course.
Yep.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. If you're drafting a movie here,
But he
DJ
has no
Qualls would be
character.
higher up because he's
Yeah.
an actor. He like
DJ
can act.
Qualls is like the only actor of this trio.
Yes.
Yeah, but his character Everett, hey Everett, is he's like a guy that got kicked off the cops.
Yes.
Lives in a storage unit.
Yep.
And guess what?
Stormed the Capitol.
Yeah,
and-
I was going to
yes,
say,
yes.
it is a direct
Yes,
line to Gen
absolutely.
6.
But that's the end of the character in the film, and
Yes.
he kind of does nothing
No.
Just
in the movie.
General sociopath is his whole
But
thing.
it's so exactly what we're all describing here with this character was why I was certain that Foxworthy was supposed to be Engvall, because can you imagine Foxworthy doing the stuff that DJ Qualls does in this movie?
I think early enough he backed away that they're like, we need to
They
get
changed the script.
somebody else in.
Right,
Oh, what
yeah.
can DJ Qualls do? He's a weird little scrawny dude.
so
Yada yada yada.
would
He's this
become a
guy.
fucking professional luchador by the end of the movie.
Which doesn't.
Well, because that was definitely at the time that was an ascendancy, right? That lucha was really a huge deal.
I mean, it's still huge in Mexico.
I mean, but like,
absolutely.
could we get some Nacho Libre for the table? Thank you.
but at
That's
the
a movie
time,
I'll never see.
oh really?
I never saw it.
I saw
Nacho
it.
Libre,
It's
yeah.
whatever.
It's not
Nacho
so bad.
Libre, I was like full-time projectionist at the time that movie came out. I've seen a little bit of it. I wanted to kill myself every time I checked the focus on that particular
Got
projector.
it.
Well,
That
whole-
I think might even be the same year,
Probably.
2007. I almost think so.
It sounds about right because, like,
Really?
yeah, Dynamite might have been 2007 actually.
no, Dynamite's
No.
like 2003.
Dynamite's way earlier.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I can't
I can
remember.
look it up.
Bill Engvall character detail that I don't want to leave out because it's a throwaway thing, but it makes this character way more disgusting. He says that the reason he can't get divorced
Oh yeah.
is because Lisa Lampanelli has photos of him fucking around with a young girl.
Okay.
And
know what?
that's
How
like,
about
it's
a-
all presented as a joke. by
Yeah,
the
that-
way.
You know
that's-
what?
yeah, it-
Continue the joke. Have it be the fucking girl that's breaking up with Larry.
Absolutely.
Oh, shit. That's something.
Anything for just not to be like, it's a joke. Move on.
And
we
or-
got to go.
And or like he's cheating on his wife in Mexico too. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's this character. Like he's a Lothario
definitely
piece of
is.
shit. You know?
Well, there's a moment in the movie where like this beautiful woman comes out and is like, "Oh, Senor Bill, we have more tacos and cervezas for you." And he's like, "Right this way, Buttercup." And I was like, he's gonna start fucking this woman, and he's gonna be the dude, much like fucking American soldiers in Vietnam or Korea or whatever that like never left and like
Oh, yeah.
just stay there. And that's because there is jokes about like war brides in this movie.
I feel so bad for the actors of color in this movie and actors of color
Absolutely.
who played, characters on 24, and et cetera. It's just
it's
bad.
rough.
Bad
rough
news.
every way.
Nacho Libre is 06. And then so like
so that's because I knew I was still like in the booth in 06.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was that
And-
guy's name? Jared Hess or
Yes.
something?
yes,
Good
It's kind
memory.
Kind of like a Wes Anderson of comedy.
a Mormon
in a way.
Wes Anderson.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly.
Wait, Wes Anderson isn't Mormon?
I do not believe
If you say you're from Texas, I'm just assuming you're a Mormon or something. I know where they're different.
Texas?
What do they got down there? Snake biters?
Hardcore fucking
Yeah.
evangelical Christians.
The snake
man.
handlers.
Same fucking shit. Garbage cult crap across this country.
Get your garbage cult crap in our state.
Yeah, but the snake handlers don't have the sex sheets and all. They're not soaking.
that's true.
The snakes are biting my own little snake.
But so and also speaking of weird sex stuff.
There's a snake on my dick. I'm sorry.
I'm talking in tongues. I'm trying to pleasure the snake with
Oh
mine.
man, no! Our porn parody of Toy Story would go very well.
Oh,
I'm liking
definitely.
this.
DJ Qualls is living in a storage unit that he's supposed to be. He's like the security guard, and he's like having phone sex, I guess
No,
is the joke, or
he's-
what?
he's
It's a blow up
going-
doll, wasn't it?
It's the blow up doll, but he's also going to the local like Denny's or something and
Right.
flashing people.
Oh, that's right. Because
Yes.
the manager of the storage unit facility is like, oh yeah, by the way, be on the lookout. There's a dude running around here waving his dick at people, and DJ like. I don't remember what the detail is, but
the
you immediately-
samurai sword. He was also had a samurai
Yeah.
sword.
Yes,
and
that's
then
what it is.
he gently kicks the samurai
That's
sword
what it
further
is,
into the
yeah.
storage unit.
And much like the invol thing, where like you're supposed to kind of just like forget that he had an affair with this younger person, that it's not supposed to inform the character at all.
Yep.
Similarly, this is not supposed to inform the character at all. It's
Yes.
just supposed to be like, oh, he did a funny thingy.
Well, that's the thing is it's so much of this movie is that like none of the characters actually have like if Larry was the big dumb dolt, that would be one thing, and then Bill Engvall's maybe like a schemer and he's always trying to get money out of people, and DJ Qualls is like a sex pervert creep, and like those things keep happening.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a movie,
Yeah, yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
But here it's just like they turn to the Three Stooges like in the worst possible way, and like an undefined Three Stooges.
They should
Yeah.
lean into it if they're going to do that.
Yeah, that's the
Absolutely.
thing. It's like these kind of dudes disgrace the Stooges.
Sure.
Like I was thinking about this the other day. Just because, like, for various reasons, I was watching a lot of like Buster Keaton movies, and I was thinking the other night, like, man, the Stooges don't get the play that, like, someone like Keaton or Chaplin gets, like, which I get, like, obvious, but like there's a lot there from the Stooges. Like, I grew up on the Stooges.
They're fucking great.
And
I
it's
love
just
them.
hilarious that, like, you get these fucking morons, and then we equate them to that because it is the closest thing to it. But these guys are so bad, it gives the Stooges a bad rap.
But then when Iggy Pop went solo, it was a totally different situation. So that's like almost as good as the Stooges for sure.
Yeah.
I'm the boss, knucklehead.
Come into the fun house.
When Mo kept on pulling his long hair, I think that was the writing on the wall.
Curly dancing like a snake with his shirt off. It was crazy.
Down on the street where the Sonics shine.
And growing up watching the Three Stooges, I always wanted to like drive by a construction site and see like
Mischief you could get into.
Yeah, we'll see like the foreman like poking eyes out of the people under him.
That's what they're doing.
Like really giving it to you.
Totally, dude. Like whenever my parents had a plumber come over to the house, I was just waiting for something wacky to start happening.
Yeah.
Well, that really is the key to this. Is none of these, not even DJ Qualls, are physically capable of being physical comedians.
Yeah,
No.
It's just like the physical. I mean, what they consider physical comedy is like saying, "Oh, Larry's fat." Yep, that's his physique.
And then
That's
you watch him
physical comedy.
run with a huge rifle in his hand or whatever, and it's silly.
The jiggle's the comedy. You understand the jiggling of the belly and the jowls. That's the funny.
We got to go to a video podcast.
But the weird thing is, and maybe I missed it because I thought I was paying attention. Did they ever set up that they're Army reservists, or it just sort of
they go to the weekend.
they do, but they don't say like, "Oh, hey, we're Army reservists. Let's get in
I
the
think
car
there's a
and
sign or something.
Maybe there's a sign, but like there's a parking lot scene where they are buying like groceries for, and they say something about like it's reserve weekend or whatever.
Okay.
In that part, I mean, it's insane. All the shilling we're doing for shit, by the way. Larry the Cable Guy, Dan Whitney himself, front and center in this camera frame, wearing a goddamn Bass Pro Shops hat, like right there. And then you have the thing of like Bill Engvall saying that he doesn't have to work because he sued Walmart. There was a slip and fall. Walmart, slip and fall. Walmart. And you're just like, you fucking whores.
Yeah.
What we're also shilling for is the Iraq War.
Which
is pretty cool.
Man. Big fucking time.
Fallujah, funny. That's a funny word. Put it in the movie.
We cut to just some rando army officer. You never see this guy again. It's like, sir, we're doing a surge because of the war in Iraq. We're going to need to activate reserves. And he's like, ooh, I'll have to activate Sergeant Kilgore, who's Keith David.
This poor bastard.
He tries to bring in, and he had the most laughs in this movie come from Keith David, for sure.
Absolutely. But like the other half of the time, he's just debasing himself.
Oh, big time.
And you want to fucking scream because it's Keith David. He's a total legend. He deserves 110% better than this. And God damn it, the professionalism of that man, he is really trying to make this movie happen.
There are exactly two scenes in this where if I was Keith David, if the Eternal Sunshine thing was able to happen, I would get them raced.
Oh, both scenes where he's being raped by a man.
That was that was at least one.
God damn.
Two different, by the way, ladies.
Well, it's a 2-on-1 in the first scene, and then it's a 1-on-1 in the second scene.
Wonderful. Did you guys read the trivia about Keith David?
No.
Apparently, shortly before the barracks scene, Keith David fell off a 7-foot railing outside the building between shots, breaking 2 ribs, cracking 2 vertebrae. He went on to film the scene in great pain and then went to the hospital afterwards.
Fucking pro, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
this movie
pro,
almost
absolutely.
killed Keith David. Fuck this movie.
He fell off a 7 foot. You're making a fucking shitty movie, and the conditions are so bad that Keith David, legendary great actor, falls 7 feet and breaks 2 ribs and part of his back.
That's insane.
I will say most of this movie, like he's great and everything, but he is moving like he's injured.
Yes,
like almost the entire movie.
Yeah, I mean, do you think it was a thing? Like, you see this a lot in like movies like Boogie Nights or something, where it's like the fuck flick performer has to like, toot a bunch of coke or like
Yeah.
chug a bunch of vodka just to get themselves like in the mind frame to do the scene. Do
Yeah.
you think Keith David was like, oh fuck, man, I'm doing a goddamn Larry the Cable Guy movie, and was just like wasted to do the scene and he accidentally slipped?
I'm gonna need a mental fluffer. Somebody just to talk me into doing this.
I do love he does have some prime fat jokes on Larry the Cable Guy. He calls him fat body once or twice.
I love a good
Yeah.
fat body man. That is pretty funny.
But so yeah, they go to the range and they're just like drinking and having a good time.
Well,
And
also
by-
on reserve weekend, man, they got to go to the massage hall, which is Hooters. This is the third, dude. Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Who Tears, fucking Delta Farce, brought to you by Hooters. In
Yeah,
this
you,
movie.
you get a double tap of Hooters because
Big
later
time.
there's a much bigger fucking. We'll get into it when we do.
There's some joke where it's like, oh no, man, Hooters don't have maternity leave, but she was pregnant and she still looked pretty hot.
Oh man, yeah.
By
And-
now, we've also gotten our first R word out of, I think, 4. 4. If you got 4 R words, you might be in the Larry Cable Guy.
The first one is a double.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, he says
okay.
you two. It's Larry the Cable Guy. Like they're just being wacky, and then Larry the Cable Guy's like, can't believe I got to spend my whole weekend with these two. Yeah.
It is the well, I got the breakup blues cure, spending the weekends with 2 bears.
Yeah.
Great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's not a breakup necessarily, Larry the Cable Guy. She fucked around on you and dumped your ass at a Golden Corral waiting room. Like, come on.
Yeah, and it's almost in passing. Like, I mean, back in the day, at least, I would if the R word is being slung around, it's like a big delivery at the end. This is like kind of just like a mumbled, like he's just like, oh, we're going on the weekend this and
Well, because when you say it 10,000 times in a day,
Yeah.
you deliver it like
Yeah,
that.
it does.
because you
It's
don't
one,
even
of
use it.
it's one of them 5 words I know.
Well, he
I
also
just said them all, and now I got to say that one.
I just know how to say that, and then this card explains.
number one is the other ones are number one is and that.
And I learned a new one today. Fallujah.
because that's where the insurgents. That's where we're putting the surge into. Because Daddy needs some oil. Is what's going on
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Big
I guess,
time.
you know, the premise, I guess if you look at it, it's like, oh, funny enough idea. Larry the Cable Guy, fish out of water. But the premise is centered around brown people look alike, don't they?
Yep, pretty much. It's like this is the blue collar comedy fucking Ishtar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like the where they live looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell the difference.
Just
Just
so
desert
fucking
and
dumb.
sand, you know, just like America.
There is another great Keith David line here before we really get on the mission where he goes to Larry the Cable Guy, why don't I grab a chair and shove it up your ass?
Mhm.
because it's like he breaks up the party and he's like, guys, you've been activated. Now you have to do like a day's worth of boot camp before you can go.
Dude, Larry the Cable Guy needs at least 6 to 8 months, man.
Yeah, he's not ready.
And-
DJ Qualls might be able to send right away. Also, like Bill Engvall's like 48 years old.
They would
Yep.
be disqualified in
Yes.
some regard.
I
Yeah.
feel like we would reinstate the draft before you ask Larry the Cable Guy and Bill Engvall to get called up.
Or DJ Qualls, who could like be caught up in a gust of wind.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, it's just too much. And like at this moment, I'm like, oh, so this is going to be like Stripes. I'm going to get a bunch of like kooky characters in here.
Yeah.
We're just having an ensemble thing. And no, it's not that. It's Three Amigos.
Yes. Yeah.
With a dash of In the Army Now.
Yes.
Which I need to rewatch
Much
now that I
better
said
movie.
that. Yes, much better.
Much better movie.
Drop the pin, throw the grenade.
Well, I'm sure the politics of In the Army Now is much better, I'd be honest.
Oh, yeah. You got Lori
Probably.
Petty hanging around. At
Well, what
least-
are we doing there, though? Was that... 'cause
Golf
that
one?
but it had to have been a little after, or was it during?
I'm going to Kosovo, buddy.
Slope it down. Milosevic. I'm trying to look it up.
So there is a montage of them doing like stupid training stuff. A lot of Larry the Cable Guy falling in mud, which is pretty
Sure.
great. We do have, I think, one of the absolute dumbest visual jokes in the movie of like, you see all these dudes like firing rifles at a fucking gun range, and then Keith David has a like why I oughta, and you see what he gets mad about, and it's Engvall and Larry the Cable Guy holding up like target practice sheets, but them's deers on it. He had you. We're going hunting. Be back. We just wanted to go hunting.
Internet Ticker in the Army now, 1994, and
So way later, okay.
but it takes place between a fictional conflict between Chad and Libya. And they are reservists that decide to join water purification because they thought it would get them out of being in the front, whatever.
And it's very important. Lori Petty, I don't know why, like she was always in these movies about water purification. This tank girl.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It was a cause close to her heart.
I
Well,
guess
she's
so.
right, because there's going to be no water soon.
That is true.
But so yeah, one thing I noticed about this movie, you get a lot of Larry Sands' hat, which is a rarity, I think.
It is, yeah.
Even in in that first Cable Guy movie, he's like sleeping in that hat and stuff. Like,
I think it's a mistake. He's less commanding without the hat.
Exactly.
Right. Just like Saddam Hussein.
Exactly.
You need that beret.
See that hanging video? Nothing. No energy.
Exactly.
Totally. Gaddafi, dude, when they shoved that fucking pole up his ass, that fucking hat was nowhere to be found.
So when you're known for a hat, you should be buried in your hat.
Yep,
Absolutely.
exactly. Lugosi got buried in the Cape, dude.
Mhm.
It's just, if you are pop culturally or professionally tied to a piece of clothing, you have to be buried in it.
Absolutely.
Evil Knievel, is he dead? If not, when he is, definitely buried in that
I
fucking
think
red,
Evil
white, and
Knievel
blue.
is well dead.
What they should do check that, see if he's dead. Because if not,
You check that, you see if he's dead.
I think they should put him on a motorcycle and dig a big pit
Just
for him.
lower
Yeah.
No, have it like drive in, just like put it on and push it and have it fall in.
Yeah, he died the same year this movie came out.
okay.
R.I.P.D. I saw that there's an Evil Knievel biopic with George Hamilton.
Oh,
playing
yeah. Is that
him.
any good?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it's
Is
out
that, is that
there.
a new movie?
Yeah. Yeah, it came out 5 years before you were born. I think.
I'm gonna call him out, because calling out things Keith David does in this movie is the only thing that kept me from not turning it off last night. He goes, "Where's that other fat turd?" And it just, but it does lead into a Larry fucking toilet joke where he's just like, "Oh, I just left a fat turd big enough for the Guinness Book."
You know what? Let's just do it. Let's make
Yes.
a movie about Larry shitting.
Yes.
That's like, because like he talks about it here, and then later like there's an outhouse joke where the whole thing falls over.
Oh, right.
I just want to be like, I can't go to war. I got the green apple splatters, and it's just like him in a bathroom, just like really, oh man, this is tough.
That's the thing. I think the other two movies are grosser in general. Like
Yeah.
shitting, puking, like pissing, all that stuff is more on the table.
Yeah.
Here they're almost it's almost reserved.
Well, you can't have all the shit stuff, because then how are you going to make room for all the racism?
No,
They
sure.
should lean into. They should do like a Jackass thing.
Yes.
Like I would pay money to go to the theater to see Larry the Cable Guy shot with a paint gun or something.
Well, it's kind of funny, right? Because I was talking about like Buster Keaton. We mentioned the Stooges a little bit. Distill Larry down to the plot of silent comedies, right?
Yes.
And one of them, it's like, in this two-reeler, Larry has to find a bathroom.
Yeah.
And it's just him running around a town, and
Yes.
like, some shopkeep's like, "I don't think so. You get out of here, Larry the Cable Guy. You can't shit in my business."
That's something.
It's all I need, really.
I'm Larry the Cable Guy, and this is the disintegrated balls. Wait, what?
Oh no, my balls had been disintegrated.
With hammers. Oh, no.
I hammered my nutsack.
I'm Larry the Cable Guy, and this is getting cuckolded, huh?
This
Oh, I like this. Yeah.
I'm jerking off in the corner.
I'm Larry the Cable Guy, and this is getting served divorce papers. Wait, what?
Again.
How are we making this guy so much better? I mean, it's not hard.
I would
Because
honestly,
there's nothing here from him. He's not even like, you're right. He is like the most energetic of them all. But even he is kind of on low fuel
Yes.
here.
Now, here's the question,
Again,
though.
Jeff Foxworthy passed.
Yes.
Jeff Foxworthy would rather talk to adults and ask them fucking high school math questions, and that's it.
Can you locate where the Congo is? That's
Yeah,
much
that's-
more, you know.
No, they can't. So whatever. We cut to the training's done. We're in a plane. We're flying to Iraq by way of flying over Mexico. I don't know how this fucking flight path is working.
Fallujah. I'm supposed to be. Oh no, this is Bill Engvall. I'm supposed to be home to mow the grass tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's the big.
And that's like in the
thing.
joke. He keeps calling his wife and Lisa. Not a lot of Lisa Lampanelli, thankfully.
Yeah.
Not a lot of Lisa Lampanelli, and it's all like her on the.
Totally. And Lisa Lampanelli as the Peanuts mother.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Why do you even need her
Exactly.
to make these noises?
You hire a comedian who is famous for her rapid fire loud mouth that she has. That's
Yeah.
how she's always delivered stuff. You give her like one line at the beginning of this movie, and then it's just her muffled yelling over the phone.
It's also interesting to have like Bill Engvall do the joke of like, well, I'll be safer in Iraq.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's a lot of war dead by now.
Yeah.
It's kind of insensitive to even.
Yeah,
make
totally.
that
2007, dude. We've had 4 years to kill
some
innocent
guy
citizens.
who just buried his whole family goes to the movies and sees this, and it's like, oh.
Larry, when they're trying to get out of it, though, Larry does, because you got to do it like at least once, so everybody, all the SEALs in the audience go, "Arr." He goes,
Navy SEALs.
excellent. He goes something like, "Well, far be it from me to interfere with the war on terror," and it's like, "Yeah, you said the thing, war on terror."
And then eventually he does get her done in before.
Hell yeah.
They get on
Oh,
the
you're
plane.
totally right.
Yeah, I'm sad that they don't. We were talking about this before. I'm sad we didn't get a "here's your sign" gag.
Totally no, here's your son. You do get a Larry the Cable Guy, and I feel like it was like, Dan, you have to stop saying it the way you say it because the line is carpet flyer. Because he's got some line about like, "Oh, Sarge, I can't go to Fallujah. Them carpet flyers don't even use toilet paper."
Wow, I did
This is what-
not
this is
catch
what we're doing.
carpet
It's a tough one.
fly.
I had to rewind it and
Oh,
put
yeah.
the subtitles on because I was like, what did that pig say?
It's tough because
How do you expect me to go up against Arabian magic? You got them flying carpets, dropping bombs from the carpet, talking to genie.
They have a genie. They have the Robin Williams genie, the most strongest
Yeah,
genie
that
of them
was-
all.
That was the weapons of mass destruction.
Hey, cool, I found the Cave of Wonders.
oh, hey, cool, Jafar's gonna give me my reward, my eternal reward.
Oh.
Yikes!
Here's the problem: we could have invaded Iraq so much easier. All you had to do was say "Open Sesame."
They have armies of Abus.
Arabian nights, like Arabian days.
Take off all your clothes.
Yeah, why am I not seeing more Jasmines? Is what I'm asking.
Well, this is kind of instructive and interesting to me.
Yeah,
John,
okay.
John
Let's do
Anderson of Variety wrote, "If 3 of the Magnificent Seven had been Gober-Pyle, the result might have looked like Delta Farce, a movie rife with fat, fart, and Fallujah jokes, but with a subcutaneous wit that has a lot to do with Iraq
What?
war fatigue." Iraq war fatigue
What?
in 2007.
Whoa.
Take the Iraq War out of that sentence.
Yes.
Has a lot to do with fatigue.
Yeah.
They are all very fatigued and lazy. That is what's happening here.
But that's the thing. I guess we were sort of tired of the Iraq war. Too fucking bad, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
we were
Yeah.
tired of hearing about it.
Yeah,
we weren't
yeah.
tired of it happening because
Yes.
it took another fucking 15 years before it even got close.
I mean, it's just incredible though, because in some other universe, there is some smart satire that came out criticizing the United States, like rah fucking boner for war in the Middle East post 9/11. Somewhere there is a political satire that did it. This movie is way too fucking dumb to come anywhere close to that, and it's insane that guy's like kind of hinting that that's what the movie's
No,
doing.
it's not.
Shut the fuck up.
And it would
Who
be
was the writer?
interesting.
James, hold on. I gotta look.
It would be-
James doesn't have a film criticism job anymore,
I would
hopefully.
hope not.
It would be interesting if someone like Larry actually did like moved into a satire for
Yes.
like in a genuine sense, because he's someone who's always obviously support the troops. Look at the back of my pickup. I got every great racist bumper sticker. Whatever. Someone like that, which is a character he's doing.
Yeah,
he's
right.
not actually like that. If he could change that character and do his real satire, it might be the good of mankind.
I would be very interested. I will say this, and I've never said this about anything involving Dan Whitney. I would be very interested to see that.
Yeah.
I would be too.
Yeah.
But the problem is, instead it just veers towards, you ever fart so hard your back cracks. Like that power will never be used for good.
That's what I hate about that piece, though.
It's
That you
dark
just
magic.
what you were saying,
Sith
what he was
technology.
writing there is
Yeah.
it's not ripe with fucking fart jokes. I wish it was.
There's it's like a fart desert out there, man. I would like some more farts.
Get more.
John Anderson is the guy who wrote that, by the way. I don't know who that is. Of Variety.
Of Variety, okay. But it turns out it was just a fart oasis. It's a mirage, actually.
So they're on the plane. Jesse Bonaventura is spitting spitting chew at them. You know?
Hey, I'm a slack-jawed so-and-so.
Hey, cool. I like the way that guy talks.
Dude, and you can tell, man, it is like a cartoon character smashing another one over the head with a sledgehammer. How hard this movie dates itself when DJ Qualls makes a fucking Chuck Norris joke on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
Woo-wee. I wasn't expecting. It was like getting slapped in the face.
That's a hit to the kidneys right
Yeah,
there.
man, I got a fun gift book full of those, dude.
Do you really?
No, but my friend did, and I was like, yikes.
Oh, man.
Yikes.
See, that's when book burning is appropriate.
The sadly numerous Chuck Norris books out there.
There's also something where Keith David confirms that Don't Ask, Don't Tell is still definitely in effect.
It's funny. I kind of wish Chuck Norris showed up at the end of this movie. Like maybe he saves everybody.
That's something.
Couldn't
like,
afford him.
Oh, did you hear? This is the Delta Farce. What about me? The Delta Force. Hi, Larry. I'm gonna kick Danny Trejo in the throat. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, America.
Still more energy than Bill Engvall.
Fucking stunning. That dude has made more than one movie.
By the
It
way,
is stunning.
internet ticker, John Anderson is still reviewing movies. I don't know what these certain publications are, but apparently he's written for Variety, but not for the last 6 years. On this thing on Rotten Tomatoes, it says he's written for New York Times, Newsday, Los Angeles Times, Washington Post, Baltimore Sun, Christian Science Monitor, Time Magazine, Wall Street Journal, Village Voice, American Magazine, and something called Thompson on Hollywood. He is in the New York.
Oh, that's Ann Thompson's.
He's in the New York Film Critics Circle. So,
which is fine. He, nothing against the guy, but just getting it wrong on Delta Farce. That's all. Which, who could care?
So we're giving a Rotten Tomato to your review.
Yes, sir. We're dragging you, sir.
So they're on this long flight, and it's like, again, like we're cartoon characters, like, oh, man, I'm so tired. Let's all huddle in this Jeep and get a good night's sleep. And so they hit some bad
Huey,
weather.
Dewey, and Louie get inside.
Yes, totally, dude. They all put on their little, like, Donald Duck fucking sleeping gowns.
And then fucking Larry farts and the fucking thing opens.
Uh-oh. I farted our way out of the plane.
Well, they hit some bad weather, and the plane pilot is played by Joel McKinnon Miller, who I think is fucking hysterical. He was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine and 1,000 other things. He's had the same exact haircut for 50 years. Yep. Gotta respect that shit. So he's like, oh man, the bad weather, something, we should drop some of the cargo. And here we go. We're letting this Jeep out, so these guys get tossed out the back of the plane.
Standard procedure.
Like, I don't think
I hit
so.
Turbulence.
Yeah.
I'm flying munitions to Iraq. Better just dump it all out.
Well, I mean, like we lost so much money in that war that it just makes sense. Like, just dump it. I don't know.
Look, we'll come back for it. Don't worry. When we're coming back this way, we'll drop down, get it.
I mean, it is weird because there's some shades of like actual criticism because the co-pilot is like, well, you just fucking dumped all this. So what the hell are we going to do? And, Joel McKinnon Miller is like, oh, well, you'll just fill out some paperwork and it's the American government's problem. And I'm like, okay. I mean, yeah, that's a joke. Totally not for Delta Farce. That's a completely different movie. Accurate criticism.
But Keith David gets like they're on the truck and it as it goes out, but Keith David's like leg gets caught in a wire or something and goes out solo. He should be dead, right?
Yes.
Like it'd be kind of cool if he's just a fucking skeleton.
Yeah, totally. But he is dragged down with them, and it's like the next morning, stunning that the three of them like fell asleep so hard that like they parachute down in the Humvee or whatever, and then wake up like, well, I guess we're in Iraq. Let's get out of the Jeep.
Here it is, the jewel of the Middle East, in Mexico City.
And we got a Don't Ask, Don't Tell joke here when DJ Qualls and Bill Engvall are like cuddled up together sleeping, and he's like, what in the name of Siegfried and Roy are you two doing?
Dude, Siegfried and Roy jokes in 2007. It's because the dads remember Siegfried and Roy was gay.
Yep.
Oh, nailed him.
Get him.
And then I think Bill Engvall's like, don't ask. And then DJ Qualls like, don't tell.
Which is,
Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
I thought of the fact that how fucking horrible for DJ Qualls. Again, one of the only real actors in this movie, and a dude who years later came out as gay.
Oh, did he really?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
he's a gay
In
man.
by the way, in the blooper reel, he says something
Yes.
like, "My last movie was nominated for 2 Academy Awards."
That kind of
It
rules.
was a Hustle and Flow.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I forgot he's in the. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Oh, the poor bastard. But yeah, I heard that and I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, DJ.
I'm sure that was a really supportive set.
Yeah.
Oh, did you notice too here when Larry like gets out of the Jeep and he's like, yes, to be in Iraq. Wait, Iraq, and the score changes
Yeah.
immediately, and it's just like the same music you hear in to Casablanca.
Yeah.
Like and you're like, oh man, like you hear the little like
Yeah.
recorder
Yeah.
flute thing going.
It's so much worse than that. It's like when South Park, when Osama bin Laden comes on
Yes.
the screen in fucking South Park.
He's still making cameos in that contemporary and urgent show.
I don't know if you. I mean, like I just remember him at the time.
Yes,
they
they
did.
would
Yeah.
do that. But I mean,
Stunning
He
stuff.
was
that
very,
fucking thing is
Osama bin
filmed,
Laden
yeah.
was very funny, yeah. I don't know what he's up to these days, but at least when his appearances on South Park and like on the Tonight Show when he would show up.
Oh,
it's always
totally.
funny.
he's
Yeah.
appearing at Zanies at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, I think
think
he's
that's
a
what
little
we're
in over his
appearing
head
to.
now.
Maybe he's Q.
Oh, he came
that
back.
would rule.
See, so that'll keep that fire burning for another 5 years.
Yeah.
But so like they realize that they bury Keith David alive here, which is kind of fun.
Oh my God, he is Q because it's Al Qaeda with a Q. With a Q. They were telling us the whole time. He's the Q.
Dude, the fucking burying alive of Keith David. Like, one,
Why?
Why? Two, how does he not wake up? Three, how is he not dead at that
Yes,
point?
exactly.
He rises from the grave later in the movie because, of course, he's not going to be dead. But, like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's not working.
I feel like they wrote it as he would die here, and then they're like, "Oh, wait, the rest of the movie happens. We should get somebody else in here." So they write him back in as a zombie. I
Right,
guess.
but then we, of course, earlier before he comes back, we have DJ Qualls pissing in canteens.
Yes.
So that it's like we're gonna have to do this if we run out of water. We should preserve our urine or whatever. We're in Dune and moisture matters.
Oh, hey, guys, hang on a second. Before the movie continues, I'm going to take a piss in this thing, so we leave it here so the only black actor in the movie can drink my urine later.
And wash his face with it and then scream because it's terrible. Very bad urine.
But this is so now we're going to set out. We got to like armor up this Humvee because we're going to go, I guess, into town or whatever. And this is where we get Larry, massive machine gun thing, turns towards the camera, get her down.
And I'm sure the 9 people in the audience, the 9 dads in the audience, like, fuck yeah, Larry, fuck yeah.
Hey, Phil, is that you down there? Yeah. Well, it's fucking funny. Yeah, it
They
is.
were clapping and they were clapping their 2 teeth together somehow.
And as they drive away, they drive over a sign that they have not seen because the Humvee landed right on it that says Mexico City, 500 kilometers.
And they stop, and this is the most racist part of the movie. And I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, here's the thing. It's like, if the joke is, and I'm sure if you asked people associated with this movie, like, oh no, these guys are just so ignorant. They don't know the difference between
Right.
Iraqis and Mexicans.
They'll
It's
argue
the joke.
they're the joke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The joke is on them. They're just so blundering, stupid idiots. But they stop at this roadside. There's a picture of a guy who looks just a Mexican guy, like with a
Dude
big
with a mustache.
big mustache, like whatever. Not a sombrero on his head. I keep forgetting. Like it's like
I don't
No,
think
I don't
so.
but
think so.
but like you would
Maybe
you,
a hat of some
he
kind.
does have some hat. I
He
think.
should
would
be
s-
buried in a hat. Yeah.
you would say, you would say, oh, it's just a Mexican guy, some like cartoon Mexican guy. They stop and then like Larry's like, there he is, Saddam Hussein, and it's like, okay, that's whatever. And then like and then of course Larry has to be like, that looks like that guy Raji down at the Circle K. He's a dot Indian, not a tomahawk Indian.
Oh,
And I mean, again, hey, Phil, that's fucking funny, dude.
Man, this is probably, and I say this with zero hyperbole, the best movie I have seen in my entire life.
You know, I'm always making that mistake too. All the time. Every day I do that.
And that's
all of the Peter Sarsgaard's character from fucking Boys Don't Cry is fucking cackling somewhere.
maybe that's why Foxworthy backed away as well, because not only schedule conflicts, but like, I'm back on Fox after all this time. I'm not gonna risk it for your fucking weird
movie.
For your racist joke.
Well, that was the thing always with Foxworthy, is he was the most family friendly of that bunch.
Yep. Nice guy. Mr. Nice guy.
Family friendly comedian, an inspiration to us all.
Indeed.
and we just spend so much time looking at this and assessing who it could be and why, and just
the Butcher of Baghdad.
And then DJ Qualls like, oh, that looks like Raji. Like, everybody knows, and it's like, fuck off this movie, man.
It's
just
insane.
fuck off.
It's totally insane.
And they thought about that gag, by the way.
Yes,
there was a lot of thought put into this gag, hopping from each one of these characters to make this fucking god damn.
So they wind up they see a couple guys with a donkey, and DJ Qualls tries to is like, DJ Qualls is, if he has a characteristic, he's the most gung-ho military. He's like a serial killer who wants to kill people.
Oh, I mean, this is the dude that's like, they become local cops everywhere, which is like, I played Call of Duty, consecutively for the last like 6 years of my life, every single fucking day. I can do it.
Just put me in there, coach.
And this is exactly what it is. He's like, when are we going to get in the shit? And he sees these dudes. He pulls out this huge fucking gun and starts
he also
screaming.
asks if they're turds or shittites.
Yeah.
Instead of kurds or Shiites.
And then like Bill Engvall, who's the smart one, is like, actually, it's Kurds or Shiites.
Yeah.
Which like would have been fine if they
Shut
left
up, MSNBC.
if they left it at that, right? Like, that's the only time we're gonna do that. But then we're just saying fucking turds and shittites later anyway, without the Engvallian correction.
The problem with MSNBC is it's Ms. NBC. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell it's Ms. NBC because she's got a bow on her head.
I would absolutely write for Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, dude, definitely.
For drop a line if this makes it to you.
When his new Newsmax special comes out,
I will happily write on a show for Newsmax.
After that weird, he plugged Trump on Fox News, that was kind of the last time you saw Larry the Cable Guy in public. I'm sure he's
just living off his riches. Right?
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah, totally. Maybe considering this turn towards being a more critique of that persona, but probably not.
He's got a huge compound in his
the
Islamabad.
Never Slim Ranch down there.
Dude, there is a Neverland Ranch joke somewhere in here. That is pretty great. The Never Slim Ranch. Can we just wait? Hang on a second. Just let that sit.
Never
the
Slim.
Never Slim.
I like
That's
it.
fucking great.
I heard Eric's laugh from my house when that fucking joke came out.
Because the joke is something. Oh man, I'm more nervous at a Cub Scout at the Neverland Ranch.
There it is, exact to the letters, Steve.
Do it in the mirror this morning.
Yeah, so Qualls is like, when am I gonna shoot a motherfucker? And he fires at these two guys.
Yes.
And hits this mule or whatever, and the mule fucking falls over, and the three of them run up to these two Mexican dudes with these rifles in their fucking faces.
And here's where the movie just falls apart. And I mean, obviously, the movie eventually has to they have to get over the premise at some point because it doesn't make it cannot hold water. But the idea, as dumb as somebody might be, if you're an American and you don't know what Mexican people look like,
what the Spanish language sounds like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to know what it is. Even if you're the most racist motherfucker in the world, you have encountered Spanish people.
You live in the southern United States.
Precisely.
What are you what? Here's the thing. Of course, you would recognize Spanish immediately. You would recognize Mexican culture immediately, if only because that's all shit that makes you see red.
Also, we're avoiding other jokes that could have been, where's their beekeeper suits? These ladies are dressed like senoritas.
Oh, yeah.
There's a burkas. It's don't get your burkas in a twist or something.
I missed it, dude.
He says it to somebody.
Because folks at home, if you watch this movie, you have to have a lot of substances around.
Yeah,
Totally.
please.
I was rolling a joint while vaping watching.
But these guys are just speaking Spanish to them. They're just speaking Spanish. Like, oh, shut up with your little language there. I don't want to hear it. Are you a Republican Guard? Are you Al-Qaeders?
And then it's like, and this is what they keep doing through a lot of the movie. And this is why, like, it ultimately, I mean, it wasn't before, but when they start doing this, it's definitely, you are not a critique of any of this, because they start using the bullshit of like, we're here to liberate your people. And it's like, oh my fucking God. That when they turn down that avenue, then you're like, I know exactly who this
Because this
movie
movie's
is
never
for.
going to criticize the military, obviously.
No.
You can't do that.
No,
so
no,
then
no.
also why make it?
No.
But like,
Yeah,
Literally, the
exactly.
extent of it is bureaucracy, like the fucking joke about the paperwork.
Yes.
Like their problem with the government under Bush was that it was still bureaucratic, not that we were fucking Iraq up all the time.
no, you got to get in there and fucking put a boot in their ass.
We got to do that. We just can't put any record of that. We don't want no records of it.
Show us how to get to Baslamabad.
That's another fucking dumb thing. you
Show
do.
us how to get to Baz Luhrmann land.
Hey, I love Moulin Rouge.
Can't wait to go to Australia.
Honestly, better movie if they got airdropped into Australia and they're like, they're speaking funny.
And then some fucking kind Australian person murders them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
No, God, they got kangaroos in Iraq.
Oh no, the Iraqis are deploying the kangaroo army.
Oh, hey, cool. I got hit with an Iraqi boomerang.
I've been lied to my entire life. Foster, this is an Iraqi bear.
Bill Engvall, I want you to meet my new bride, Joey. I'm having sex with a raccoon.
Wait, not a
with a
kangaroo.
A kangaroo. And I got a menage a trois.
Hey, cool. I got a marsupial fetish.
It's called double roo.
Oh no, that kangaroo's pregnant with somebody else's baby. I got cooked by a kangaroo.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, my God. Bill, you got to hear this. Mel Gibson is from Iraq. It's one of the biggest actors to come from.
Would you look at this? I think my dick's got fleas.
Oh my fucking God. This donkey wakes up, to which DJ Qualls responds, Iraq, it's the land of miracles, which, like, I don't even know what that joke is supposed to be.
And here's another part of this movie that needs. I mean, I don't remember Three Amigos. It's been forever. Is there a body count? Because like here,
Yeah, I think
Yes,
there is.
there
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
here there needs to be, and there isn't. Like the donkey doesn't die.
No.
Keith David doesn't die. At the end of the movie, where everyone's shooting everything, nobody dies.
No.
Even Danny Trejo, which we haven't gotten to yet, is like punched in the face.
Steve, to be fair, it's because nobody dies in wars.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. That's the thing, is as soon as you see bodies all over the place, then people in the audience start thinking like, oh, fuck, that's also happening in real time because we're doing that.
I mean, and this is very much Three Amigos with the setup where we have to go save this village that's under threat
Yes.
by this like regional warlord or whatever. But that's such and I haven't seen it in a while, and it's not perfect, but that's such a better comedy than this.
Well, because you've got Steve Martin, fucking
Yes.
Martin Short, and Chevy fucking
But
Chase.
and their fish out of water shtick of them wearing these fancy outfits from their movie career down.
Oh,
in the
that's
real
what I was
world.
going to ask, because it's been a while. They're like movie stars.
Yeah.
That's the other
Yes,
thing,
yes.
is that you can make fun of Hollywood a little bit, and for some reason they're like, no, we can't do that in the Larry the Cable Guy movie.
Because if you're making fun of those dudes in this movie, you are making fun of a large swath of the American population, and they are not prepared.
Well,
to do
because
that.
the whole point is the whole point is to get quote unquote guys who are like that to go see the movie.
Yeah.
Which
So
is crazy.
And that's the point. It's
The point we should be striving for as Americans is to put the oppressive heel of the government on the necks of those guys. Those guys are dangerous.
they
And I'm
Absolutely.
being sincere. I'm advocating for the empire that is the United States to come down hard.
domestic terrorism is
Yeah.
the most dangerous threat to this country. Right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, the problem is like in this movie, everything is one note. Like once the setup is here, we're just constantly, oh my God, they're confused. They still think they're in Iraq.
yes.
Unbelievable that they think like that's why I think Witless Protection and Health Inspector are much better. Is because they actually buy into the comedy thing of like it is a little skittish. Like each scene is a scene, and that's it.
Get you a little skittish in this movie.
But at least in Witless Protection and the other one in there, Cable Guy, like it's Larry the Cable Guy being put into situations with like actors who are playing off him, like Thomas F. Wilson,
Yeah.
like whomever,
God bless him.
like even
Jenny
fucking
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
Joey Pants. I think was one of
who's
them.
that movie? Yaphet Kotto's in Witless Protection
Yes.
as well.
Yep.
And like, and Keith David's in this, but like Keith David is gone for large swaths of this movie.
He doesn't meet back with them until much later.
And we
So it's
use
not
him
like-
for
so
the
now
butt
it's-
of rape jokes.
Yes. So then it's just these three like just fucking around. You know what I mean? Like
Totally. Like when we're not making racist jokes, the only other thing the movie is doing things like
Larry's got the lens cap on the binoculars. Too tight.
They got tacos in Iraq.
How about the one part where they're eating like the freeze dried food or whatever, and Larry's like, "Oh, you got beef stew? You want to take my spaghetti and meatball or whatever?" And then Bill Engvall eventually does trade, and he's just like, "What's this? Oh yeah, I needed a spitting bag for all my chewing tobacco."
But don't worry, dude. Bill
Eat
Engvall
around
doesn't take a bite of it. He leaves it for the black man to eat the
Yes,
fucking
yet again.
chew shit.
After he's showered in piss.
Oh man, yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather be pissed on than be in this movie. Like, you know what I
Totally,
mean? Like, just,
yeah.
That just takes an hour or something. You take a shower afterwards, you're good to go.
Yeah, being allowed to, if I'm setting it up and somebody's actually pissing on me, that's great. But a canteen full of piss, just,
Oh yeah,
that
that's-
sucks.
I would appreciate to know whose piss is
I
exactly.
would like to see the wiener, or other spot.
Give me the full show, is what I'm saying.
So they think they're in Islamabad, and then I don't remember what the gag is because someone says something that sounds to Larry like feta cheese, and he's like,
Oh, I can't eat that Greek food. It goes right through me. It's been 10 minutes since there was a diarrhea joke.
And so like they're gonna go into town and fuck shit up. And DJ Qualls puts on Ride of the Valkyries as a thing, but no, not these two. No, put on the Dukes of Hazzard theme.
Well, no, it's
eastbound and down,
that's right.
loaded up and trucking. We're gonna do what they say it can't be done. Like
Great song.
way better song, first of all, than Ride of the Valkyries for sure.
Got a
but
long way to go.
and a short time to get there. Look out! Watch old bandit run.
Fantastic song.
Great
Although Valkyries is probably more accurate for what these kind of people are.
Yeah, that's true.
They should have done Boot in Your Ass, man. We'll boot a boot in your
Yeah,
ass.
you're totally right.
Is that
Steve.
Toby Keith?
That is
Yep.
Toby Keith. I'm
Which-
a big piece of shit.
Which was always unfortunate when that tune came out because man, I love this bar.
I
when-
love this bar.
When it is like 11:45 and you are ponied up to the bar and everybody's kind of clearing out, you're just nursing that one last beer and I love
See,
this bar. You will feel so
I
great.
love Nazi Germany.
Yeah, see, then he went and ruined that song for me.
That's the thing. That should have been the last thing that John Prine before he left us. He should have done a cover of I Love This Bar so nobody had to listen to Toby
Oh,
Keith.
God damn it, you're right. Fuck you, COVID. You robbed us of the John Prine. I
Yes.
love this bar.
I love this bar.
Well, but hey, you know what? We're going to put a boot in your ass. I don't care how many 20s of years it takes to do it and how many billions of dollars and thousands of lives on both sides. We're putting a boot in somebody's ass, baby.
And the size of that boot is completely subjective, and the force of which the boot is being kicked is also completely subjective. But yeah, we're going to do that.
Oh, yeah. We are just kicking the shit out of something somewhere, and I'll never, ever see it. We're just kicking the shit out. I just wake up jerking off to somebody kicking the shit out of something else.
You know what I love? Not only do I love this bar, I love seeing coffins come home. Hello,
No, I
boys.
won't put a mask on, you fucking tyrant. But we will kick ass.
Putting a boot in your ass.
Red, white, and blue boot. Now, I can't have colors on my boots. Then them's gays boots.
And we have Toby Keith's new pro-sanctions Ukraine-Russia song, Let's All Die Together.
Well, no, did you see Madison Cawthorn
No.
on the floor of the house, literally, and that's why this song's in my head, was like, and as we say, as Toby Keith once said, let's put a boot in their ass, sir. Like, because like trying to get the
Wait, for like kicking out Ukrainians from Ukraine? Is that his-
no,
They're
just go and Russia start shooting.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Take
Go
out
and Russia
Russia.
start shooting.
It's very interesting how Trump himself is against
Yeah.
Ukraine and all of his supporters are against Russia now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I haven't been on Facebook in a while, so I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, that's the pipeline. DeSantis will rise.
Oh man.
See now, folks at home that aren't in the United States, now you see what we have to contend with. But your place is shit too.
But so whatever, they go in and they start shooting all this stuff, and Larry just arrests a guy. Is kind of the thing.
There's much like Three Amigos, there's like a group of bandits like terrorizing this town. They go in firing this fucking like machine gun from the top of this, SUV or whatever.
And it doesn't do anything.
It's full of fun bullets. It doesn't go. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't kill anybody. Bullets are just kind of silly.
Everyone runs out the village, except for Larry does capture a guy, but he's like off screen doing that. And you see DJ Qualls. He's like, "I am your king. Bow down before me." And then he does like what I can only describe as the Xena yell. You're just like, man,
around here,
you were in Road Trip.
As far as this movie is concerned, every bullet that's fired is like the Roger Rabbit bullets.
Yes, exactly.
Each of them have a little voice. They're very friendly.
They're all talking like Larry the Cable Guy.
I think around here, Larry even has a line like, "Yeah, this Iraq place is almost as dangerous as Detroit."
Yep. There's something like that, but it's a weird. Detroit's like the next part because it's like, this place is more dangerous than blah blah blah, and then it's like beat or Detroit.
That's a little bit of domestic policy for you people. You got a little too much foreign
Guess
policy.
the problem I have with Detroit.
Hey, look around the audience and tell me who's not there and who might be in Detroit.
That's right. I hate car jobs.
I famously am against the Detroit Lions football club. That's what I meant by
Let's
that.
say it's that.
So they get treated to a big meal, and again, this guy comes up to Larry, thanks him so much. He's like, "Why you speak good English?" He's like, "Well, yeah, I speak. Our countries are very close." He's like, "Get this guy a map over here," and I'm like,
Totally.
"Can we fucking stop?"
They're serving camel ass tacos.
The camel ass tacos,
Yeah,
man.
Camel
course.
ass. It's specifically
Camel
ass.
ass.
It's like we can't even leave it. I mean, it's bad either way, but we can't even leave it at just camel meat tacos.
Yes.
It's got to be they're specifically eating the fucking asshole tubes out of camel.
I'll tell you, I would eat a camel ass taco.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, what the hell? I'll try any food once.
Put some ranchero sauce on there.
Shred
I'm having
that
a
shit
good-
up. I'd love that.
Mhm.
There's a lot of these, and they continue until they find out it's Mexico. But one I wrote down was, "All right, Ahmed, don't get your burqa in the wad."
That's
There
what
we
I
go.
heard. Yes.
Yeah, and this whole camel sequence is when the mayor's introduced, and he's introduced as Mayor Garcia, and he's still thinking it's Iraq.
Dude, and
you
then this
know
is-
people named Garcia.
Exactly.
There is a thing. I think it's because you, I think, got us here, Steve, just about this scene with the get on the map part, because the guy, he's like, "Oh my God, you speak English? What?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, well, we're very close." And Larry's like, "Yes, it turns out ideologically we are as close as blah blah blah." And he's like, the guy's like, "Yes, but I also meant we are literally close."
Yeah.
Somebody get this guy a map.
Stop trying to ruin the movie. Anyway, I don't know where we are.
Hey, I got you're gonna fuck this whole movie up. I cannot know where the fuck I am. God damn it!
It's the whole fucking point. It is the whole fucking point. What are you doing?
Do I have to do that la thing?
I put
And,
fucking earmuffs on if you're gonna ruin the plot of the movie.
and at this point, somebody calls him Gringo, and that's what does it. Well, actually, no. I mean, no, but they're drinking Modelo. They're drinking beers and stuff, and
There's tequila in this movie too. It's just
And he meets a sexy lady, because that's the biggest question mark of the Larry the Cable Guy filmography on the whole, women being attracted to him. And this lady, Maria, played by Marisol Nichols from Riverdale, among other things.
I guarantee you, Larry contextualized this like the movie's kind of progressive. I even want to stupid one of them.
We just did Simone.
Yes.
the technology considered in that is made for characters like this.
Yeah.
Like where it's just like you're not supposed to care about this person at all. You're supposed to find them attractive and then wait for Larry to kiss him with the fucking fat lips. That's what you're supposed to do.
Around here, I think DJ Qualls like kidnaps someone.
It's the dude that Larry arrested, and they tell DJ Qualls to go like watch him, and he's interrogating him.
Where the WMDs, Republican Guard, or Al Qaeda or whatever, but also he's wearing his sniper gear.
Yeah.
And when Larry sees this,
Oh yeah.
because he brought it from home, it's not even government. Yeah, he says, "You look like a
R-word Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. You look like Lumpy from the holiday special." You know, Chewbacca's father.
That black chrysanthemum, you look like him.
You look like a snuffleupagus, except for with a gay slur in it.
You look so stupid they wouldn't let you on the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Oh man, but yeah, Qualls is yelling about like where are the weapons of mass destruction, and this dude, the dude, hilariously, because again, it's just another fucking Mexican dude that speaks fluent English, and he's like, "Oh my god, this fucking moron! You think you're in Iraq right now?" The dude starts laughing at him. It's kind of the best part of the movie. But you're right. The thing with Larry though is like Larry comes to the interrogation. We have the fucking horrible Chewbacca line. Larry then says something to this dude. The dude calls him Gringo, and Larry goes, "Gringo? That's what you say when you're in her." And we do the fucking like Hitchcock camera forward zoom out move. Oh my god!
Oh no, it's worse than Iraq.
I do want a Homer Simpson moment of Gringo, R-word Chewbacca. Gringo, R-word Chewbacca. Gringo.
And then it's like a clip of Bill Engvall drinking a Modelo.
And that's when he goes out and he sees he looks around and he realizes all of the benchmarks like the Virgin Mary and all this stuff. And
We invaded Mexico and we're AWOL. That means we're gonna go to prison, and prison's full of chubby chasers. I'm getting prison rape. Think about it.
They do. They go above and beyond to fit in extra rape jokes in this.
I mean,
They
like,
really
that's the
do.
crazy. So here, the first one of those,
Yeah, we did skip over it.
which is the one to cut. I mean, I would cut all. If I'm
All
like,
of them.
if I'm the studio exec, I'm like, I know we need this for some reason, but like, because later on, there's a character who is like a gay character who's like in love with everybody, and he wants to give everyone kisses, and that's so scary and creepy. That's your character, and that's whatever. And I mean, I would excise it, but then you can't have this rape joke in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, because Keith David is walking on the road, he's trying to hitchhike, and these two Mexican guys pick him up, and they're like, "Hey, why don't you come with us? We'll give you a ride." And
what they say though to set that up, which
Yes.
is like, this is weird because they're speaking in Spanish in front of Keith David. What they say is, because the guy's like, "What should we do with him?" And the other guy says, "Why don't we take him back to our hideout and do what we always do?" And that's where the scene cuts it
Yeah.
from.
And then the Pulp Fiction GIMP music starts playing.
I mean, dude, it is kind of the same thing of like a black
Yeah.
man is just being raped in this
Keith
movie.
David
like, what the fuck?
escapes wearing like red lingerie.
It's like a nightie, and he's got makeup on, and he like beats these guys up and whatever.
That was the scene I decided didn't happen. After I watched it, I was like, nope, that's gone.
Dude, you were like me with Adventures of Pinocchio. You
I
were
have
like,
to-
did the weed go bad?
It has to go out. It has to leave.
I mean, like, that's your joke and whatever. And then, like, that has to be it then. You've done your gay rape joke and it's it. You know what I mean? Unless this is a movie where that's all you talk about, which it kind of is, sadly.
They're obsessed with it. They're fucking obsessed with it.
Because I thought this is, first of all, pardon me, I thought this was a racist movie, not a homophobic movie.
Hey, it's both. He slow a slathering of his lamophobia on there.
The Venn diagram of people who are racist and people who are
Yeah.
homophobic is just a purple circle.
We got what you call a 2-for-1 deal here.
It's like the Golden Corral is shit you don't want to hear about.
Listen, it's something for you, the racist, and something for, I don't know, J.K. Rowling.
Here's the homophobia fountain.
Yeah, there you go.
Your fucking Venn diagram joke just made me think about, like, imagine a Ku Klux Klan guy taking off the hood and being like,
Yeah.
you know what, guys? Love is love. It just would never happen. It would never happen.
Exactly.
Right.
He also would hate that.
he has one of those signs out in front of his house, like, in this house we believe in science, we believe love is love, and like the one racist one he has crossed out, like it's all those.
Well, yeah.
It's everything in Black Lives Matter is like crossed out. Like everything else I totally agree with.
He
puts all lives matter.
We believe in science. Yeah, race science. Come on.
We believe in phrenology in this house.
And then at this point in the movie needs to move on, and we have a villain, which is Danny Trejo, poor old Pearl, Danny Trejo.
Another sad moment.
As-
And he again
doing his best.
He's bringing it. He's
Yeah.
fucking bringing it in this movie.
As Carlos Santana, not the musician. Get ready for 50 jokes of that.
Yeah.
Man, oh
That
man.
is so tired.
It's so bad.
And he's like just such a wacky warlord, because they just cut to him and his gang, and he finds out that one of them got captured, and he's like, oh, I'm not gonna kill you, Hector's gonna kill you, whomever else is gonna kill you. And then it's like, now bring out, it's like, instead of bring out the Rancor, it's like, bring out the Jeff Dunham.
Yes, this line that because what's funny about this, and it's not funny, is they kidnapped someone from a performer. I think
Yeah.
they give him a different name,
Kevin or something like that.
from a Cancun hotel.
The Amazing Ken, excuse me. I just
the
found it.
Amazing Ken was in Cancun, which is to play to white people who visit Cancun.
Yes.
Why would you kidnap this guy and have him play for your Mexican audience? You know it's not going to work. No one's going to like the jokes.
Yeah, I mean, because the gag is like Danny Trejo's a fan of like the performing arts in his, because it's like he's got the stand-up comedy. There's a karaoke night. Well, I guess it's just entertainment all around, because then he's got the luchador.
He seems
match
like a great
happening.
hang.
Classically, that also makes you a villain in movies, so I understand why they're
Liking a ventriloquist act.
but yeah, I mean,
Liking
just
culture.
Yes, anything like that. So now, Danny Trejo, watch out. When we take off the blindfold, you have to be the first thing that Jeff Dunham sees. That's how you bond with him. That's the only way to do it.
To you, yeah. So now he'll always do his racist act directly to you.
Yes.
Because now, to be clear, Jeff Dunham's got his chili pepper
By the way,
character here.
he's such a racist. Like his entire act.
Is
I
racist,
can't
racist.
believe how he's still a thing. I saw some puff piece on him recently on like
Pup piece, please. It's a pup piece.
puppet.
It's because
Puff
he's a
piece?
puppet guy.
Okay.
Puff piece is correct, but if it's a puff piece about Jeff Dunham,
Yeah,
it's a pup
I
piece.
just don't know words too good, so I
Yeah.
thought maybe I fucked it up.
No, you were correct.
It was,
Yeah, pup piece. About like his. Oh, what a hard life he had. Oh boy. Well, his daddy gave him a car, and he loved that car, and he used that car to drive across the country,
My daddy.
making comedy that everyone loves, and it's just the most racist, vile shit on the planet.
It just doesn't stop, because the two jokes he has, and it's like, the joke is, oh, you can't do that in this audience because it's all Mexican people, which is like, oh, man, there's so many Mexican people here. I feel like I'm in front of a Home Depot. Crickets. And then it's like, do you know why there were 3,000 Mexican soldiers at the Battle of the Alamo? Because they only brought 4 trucks. And it's like,
See, how can you call Jeff Dunham racist? He's laughing at himself here, folks. I mean, look at him.
And the thing is, in this movie, if this movie had any fucking scrote, like, which it does not.
Kill him.
yeah.
Yep, shoot. And what happens instead is like Danny Trejo pulls out this God killer, and I'm like, oh, maybe Delta Farce is about to do something that I would love to turn into a GIF. And instead, like, he shoots the puppet in the face, and then like Jeff Dunham just like faints,
Yes.
just like falls down and faints.
Yeah.
The only thing is, like, you see his face is all beaten up and bloodied, like, fuck you, show me. Fuck
Yes.
you, show me
Yes.
how that
no,
happened.
I want a
Yes.
double Sonny Corleone is what I'm looking for here.
Or even like, because I know you're not going to do what I want, which is like him getting shot in the stomach and bleeding out for 20 minutes screaming.
Danny Trejo's like, you're not going to be okay.
Are you a doctor? Are you doing? Well, this puppet is.
No, but like instead, even do a thing where it's like he makes another bad Mexican joke, and there's like a sniper rifle like red dot on his head, like
Red dot on his head.
a red laser
Okay.
sight on his
Oh,
head.
we're talking about this movie, so I
I
wanted
know.
to specify.
A red laser sight on his head, and then you cut. Like, you know
Yeah.
that it,
Yep.
that way we, the audience, know he gets fucking murdered.
Yeah,
But at
Totally.
least it's family friendly enough to know that you don't have to show it.
And
Like,
the funny thing though is like it's not like this was put out by like Disney or
Yeah,
even
sure.
Paramount or something. Like
This guy
fucking
could die.
Lionsgate, dude.
Yeah.
You put out Saw, shoot
And-
that piece of shit in the head.
and then you know it's that Danny Trejo's a bad guy. You know
Yep,
what I mean?
there's,
And then
like,
me,
some stakes.
I could feel okay knowing that Jeff Dunham was fucking murdered.
Oh yeah, if you're serious about getting your this audience to hate fucking Danny Trejo, kill Jeff Dunham.
Yep, totally.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh my God, it was like seeing John Lennon get shot in the street.
Yeah. And then we go from that to another gay panic joke because everyone had so much fun at the town. DJ Qualls wakes up in a dress, and this is what happens when he drinks tequila and eats the worm.
Dude, and Larry like kind of walks back in that morning as they're waking up, and Bill Engvall's like, "Where were you last night?" And he's like, "I was with Maria." And he goes, "Oh yeah, did you guys do the chimichanga?" And you just imagine like your uncle at a barbecue, like, "Did you do the chimichanga? Wasn't that fucking so fucking funny? Please laugh at my chimichanga
No,
joke."
I asked her to make me some, but she said she'd rather have sex with me for some reason.
Well, no, you know what happened was we were going to get going, but then I told her about my cuckold fetish, and we just couldn't find a third. It just took us all night. We went to all sorts of different hotel bars, telling people we liked their vibe, but
It was just such a mess. We walked around the whole night, and I was trying my best. I couldn't get it hard. The whole thing went tits up, really.
Even at the end, when I tried to convince the donkey to help me out, you know,
you fuck her and I watch. I don't know how to speak your language. You fuck her and I watch.
And then hymns to me.
Oh man, I don't know this language. You fuck her and I watch while being sexually humiliated.
are you hungo?
Yeah, and then the DJ Qualls thing of like he's just wearing a dress and he's like, "It really breathes," and I'm like, "I bet it does, dude. I bet it's comfortable as fuck wearing that in the hot Mexican sun."
I bet.
And whatever. And like Larry's like, we got to get out of here. Then we have like this infrastructure montage, which takes up each
So
time off.
this is the weird thing where Larry's character becomes like
Smart.
it's like the
Yeah.
smart, logical character of the movie where he starts feeling bad that they've stupidly like just invaded this town. And then he's like, "Well, we're here on a peacekeeping mission and we're spreading democracy. So we got to help them fix." So he wants to like help them fix the town. We're here to give
Yeah.
these people a better life.
They don't need a warlord, they need a care lord. And we must be here to care for them.
So it's like, yeah, there's a well that's broken. Like, what can we do about that? You see them like knitting with little old ladies for a second.
And this
then,
is, by the way, we're using American taxpayer money. This is nanny state bullshit. Bullshit.
and then you get the biggest, like, we're bringing jobs to your town because they transformed the local cantina into a, you guessed it, Hooters. Which, like, how's that even happening?
You got any more daughters we can show off here? Where's your meat? No, I'm talking about the lady meat.
Look, I'm looking for more thirds. I need a good pool.
I'm looking for someone 6'4" or taller. It doesn't work for me if he's not taller than me.
In good shape. I know that's a little hypocritical.
That is the point. Oh, god damn. I need to draw you a fucking map, dude. I need to draw you a fucking map to this fetish. Shit.
Do you like Sade?
Do you?
And they, at this point, they go back. They're like, "Oh, we could help them too because we have supplies back at the drop site."
Sure.
They go. They find Keith David as not once are they like, "Oh, maybe we buried this dude alive." DJ Qualls is like, "Oh, maybe it was Chupacabra."
We need to mention him once.
And then the other thing, Larry's like, "Oh no, maybe it was grave robbers,"
Yes.
and you're like, "Alrighty then." But yeah, it's like around this time is also we talked about it already, but Keith David breaks out and he rides a scooter like back towards the town or something like that. So he's back. He's trying his best to get back into the movie.
Bill Engvall is like, I need to call my wife.
Oh, I got to call my superior,
Oh, that's
aka my wife.
She pays the bills.
And then it goes in wah 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 wah
Yes.
wah 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 wah.
Yeah, him and some guy go to the one only working phone in town, which also doesn't make a ton of sense because I don't know. Whatever.
That's just Mexico for you. There's nothing there. There's no town, no fucking telephone or anything.
So this guy is like, oh, they get abducted by Danny Trejo and his crew,
Right.
and Bill Engvall is on the floor of this truck, and here comes this guy who he looks like Bobby Moynihan quite a bit.
He
I
does.
thought I
kinda
looked
look
him up too. I
Bobby.
thought he might have been Bobby Moynihan, but he's not. Yeah.
So he's just like, and it's like, oh, it's Danny Trejo's cousin,
That was his nephew.
gay
Gay nephew.
who is gay and like wants to just pet Bill Engvall.
And this is like the bullshit, like when your uncle is faking that he's fine with this.
exactly.
Danny Trejo has the old dusted off, the he's here, he's queer, get used to it, because that's the thing all the dads remember from the 70s.
Of course.
The joke is like, if you don't tell us what you want, I'm gonna have my nephew rape you. But I'm so accepting of my nephew's lifestyle. Like, but being with him is a punishment.
First you kill Jeff Dunham, and then you make him tolerant of others. I fucking want him to die.
This movie thinks that like rape is part of the LGBTQ.
Yes, exactly. That's what guys do to one another. They just rape each other.
Yeah. So because of his homophobia, Bill Engvall's character spills the beans immediately. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Just tell me what you want me to fuck, except your nephew.
Which is fine or whatever. Not really. We get back to town and there's a big standoff, and the joke is it's a Mexican standoff, and it's a pretty okay-ish joke. Danny Trejo delivers it with some aplomb. Down here we just don't stand off.
Guess what? We get it like 3 times. In a
We
row.
sure do.
It's like the don't ask, don't tell joke. You need to at least do it in triplicate.
And
Well, that's so like people remember it,
Yeah.
right?
they exchange Bill Engvall for nothing, and then all of a sudden Keith David comes in and is like lambasting Larry and the guys, and it's like it's your classic like Three Stooges turn around joke.
Yeah, totally. He doesn't realize that there's this whole gang. But like this is why this joke doesn't work, because like
He
the
goes through
angle
them, yes.
that Keith David walks in, like he sees all of them. But the
Yes.
joke is that
It's stupid.
whatever.
And he's got his clothes back somehow. We don't see how that happens.
No,
either.
got a little bit of lipstick on him, and they're like, we make a little joke about that, and then immediately, like right after the Bill Engvall joke, and right after Keith David's only other joke in the movie is almost being raped by dudes, he gets caught by this mincing whatever dude, and it's just like now he loves you, and I'm like, could be fucking like, what is this movie about?
Yeah, so
Great question.
They're gonna torture Keith David, and you think it's gonna be this big thing or a giant rape scene, but it turns out this guy, because he's gay, wants to sing Sonny and Cher with him,
Yeah, that's sort of,
and that is
So-
the torture, quote unquote.
We just got I Got You Babe going, and Keith David screaming about how he hates Sonny and Cher.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is Keith David. He's delivering it. He's trying.
he sings the song.
He's
It's fun.
he does a better job singing than anyone else.
And at this point, Larry and the crew realize they have to save him. And it's like a night raid kind of a thing. And, that's sort of something. Bill Engvall is putting sugar in gas. Bill Engvall is like a man in costume kind of a
He
thing.
pretends that he's a tourist,
Yeah.
and he walks up to like the front door of the hideout, and he's got this huge map, and he's like, I'm trying to get to whatever the fuck. And then I guess the
I
joke,
took a wrong turn at Buenos Noches.
Oh, no,
Dad's
is-
having a good laugh at that.
oh my God, raise a Coors Light to that one. But I guess the other like joke compounded on this is the dude at the door is like one of Danny Trejo's security guards. It's like, oh, well, you see the thing you got to do here.
Yeah.
And then Engvall like pistol whips him or whatever.
Yeah, and knocks him out. And then he takes his outfit. And meanwhile, Larry is going to save Keith David, but we have to take a long time because we really need this Sonny and Cher montage. And Larry comes in and saves him right when this guy's about to kiss him.
He's
right-
like seconds away from lip on lip, and then Larry the cable guy comes in and is like, "My God, no! Marriage is for a man and a woman," and just beats this dude to death.
and he's just comically knocked out.
But like the Engvall shit about like sugar in the gas tank, like the thing that kills me about that is like, there's other moments of like this in the movie that I don't but like it reminded me of like the fact that this is a Larry movie and Larry the Cable Guy characters in these movies are always like just a perpetual child.
Yes.
And it's like, sugar in your gas tank. And like Keith David wants to be like, no, fucking blow these dudes away with weapons.
It's a perpetual child who's making jokes that only 70-year-olds would get. Like, sugar in the gas tank is not something like I haven't heard. Like, I think Kingpin is the last time I heard
you
that
don't
joke.
think that's like a big thing anymore?
No, I don't think so
That
at
should be
all.
a next TikTok trend or something.
Sugar
you
in
know?
the gas tank.
Kids, put sugar in your father's gas tank.
Absolutely do that.
Coop,
Yes.
we've got sugar in the gas tank. You just sounded like it was David Lynch
Sorry.
instructing children.
It's another case for the Blue Rose. Sugar in the gas tank.
I think I'm getting stuck in a weird Americana where you're transitioning from Larry the Cable Guy back to my own voice.
Yeah,
Somehow
it's
it takes a pit stop.
You
from
need
David
an
Lynch.
intermediary impression.
Coop, I'm in Reno, Nevada. There's a trail of Domino's sugar packets all over the city.
Diane, it appears as if someone has a sweet tooth for my fuel injection system. So whatever. The other part of the distraction is DJ Qualls comes in as the luchador, and like the fact that none of these guys just look at this like body and are immediately like, well, that's DJ Qualls. You know, he wrestles like the luchador star, you know, kicks the shit out of him because he's a maniac.
There's a line when I guess DJ Qualls is uncovered that Danny Trejo says, "Hey, it's that R-word guy, that R-worded guy."
Yeah, sure, dude.
man.
That's super fun.
And like all the guns, isn't it
It's
though?
super
It's a lot
fun,
of fun.
dude. If I'm
It's super
just
fun. Yeah.
Raise a Coors Light to that.
Sure.
if I'm unemployed and my bowling team isn't going well, that's
Yeah, yeah.
super fun.
That's nice. That makes me feel like I'm seen.
Oh my, yeah, the Pin Pals loved this movie. But yeah, so Larry busts in right when like the whole room is about to murder DJ Qualls, and this is a repeated joke from earlier in the movie too, where like Danny Trejo's like, well, there's like 20 guns on you, Larry the Cable Guy. You can't kill us all. And he's like, oh yeah, well, how about I just kill you?
Yeah.
And like points, and like Danny Trejo has to just be like, oh geez, you're right. Well, I guess I'm the selfish, warlord, and I don't want to die. So you win, Larry the Cable Guy.
There's a few jokes like that where like Danny Trejo is like, "Oh, I didn't think of that,"
Yes.
which I thought was kind of funny. Not like full on funny, but I thought for this movie, that's like a top tier joke for this movie.
Right. In the fucking ecosystem of this movie.
Yes.
And they escape and blow up all their trucks and stuff. So it's like, let's get on horses and bring out Big Bertha. I literally, because it was funny, I didn't know. I guess I missed the. I have a different version of this movie in my head. I missed the part where Lisa Lampanelli was in the beginning, and all I keep hearing is the what do you call it, the Charlie Brown noise. So I didn't know that was Lisa Lampanelli. So when and I saw her in the credits, and when Danny Trejo was like, bring out Big Bertha, I thought for some reason it was gonna be like Lisa Lampanelli with a machine gun. I'm like, that's a better movie.
That would be a better movie.
yes,
But here's the
yes.
thing: if that were the case, Steve, then the opening credits would be and Lisa
Yeah.
Lampanelli as Big Bertha.
for sure.
Oh yeah, I want her to have the Rambo bandana and everything.
Yeah,
I'm
I
really
like
into
she-
that.
And like,
Come on, you fucking sexy shit!
exactly. And then Larry has to shoot her in the head. But so they're riding into town, and like they come back, and they're excited. This poor woman has to kiss Larry at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, so what's the deal on the third? Was it? Did you put that ad in the paper? Did
get
you
a-
write the paper?
Yeah. Get a big fella.
Look, you gotta stop telling him I like having my face right there when it happens. We'll just discover that in the moment. Tell him I'm gonna be in a chair on the other side of the room. Don't tell him that during the act I'm gonna slowly slink up so my face is right there at the moment he finishes.
I'm gonna wear a mask so I don't scare him, is the point. But I want you to know a Jason Momoa type is what I would like for a third. If you could, again, I know it makes me a little bit of a hypocrite because I could never be such a physical specimen, but my God, if I could see him plow my wife.
Hey, cool! I'm getting cut by Aquaman.
Some strange cuckolding event is happening in Mexico, Coop.
Hey, Coop, I don't get it. She's getting fucked while I'm sitting in a chair on the other side of the room.
We live in a dream, Coop, and that dream is your wife getting plowed right in front of you.
He's taking her cherry pie, and no, I'm not talking about the dessert.
What year is it indeed?
Gives a new meaning to the Double R Diner.
Yeah. Damn fine cherry pie.
Whatever.
Good coffee too.
She's my cherry pie.
Oh, he knows that. He probably has like the original single of that song.
No, you can't listen to that stuff though, because those dudes had like costumes and makeup on, man, and that's a little creaky hand for Larry.
You have to go all in like Guar.
I would love to be cuckolded by Guar. Get that monster line up.
Now, if Jason Momoa could have a bloody skull face and a body made out of guts,
Can you make his cock look a little more demonic,
yeah, a
please?
horn. You know Negan's bat? I kind of want that as a dick.
Wrap some barbed wire around that dick. Shaddle up, cowboy.
Yeah, I am one of those guys that thinks The Walking Dead should never end.
I mean, I'm so surprised we can't find anybody. I just don't know. It's simple.
It's got to be a language barrier. I'm talking as slow as I possibly can.
I put L in front of everything, and I've assumed that it
El
translates.
Dicko in her vagina.
Oh my God!
Yes.
I just
That-
lost 5 pounds.
Danny Trejo rides back into town. It's the last big, which we'll call an
Here's-
action scene.
Yes, but here's the thing: is like, because I think this is the most unbelievable part of this movie. You know, we talked about how Larry's becoming like the voice of reason in all of this
Sure.
or whatever, and part of that is they're like, okay, well, like Keith David is like, all right, we're all back. I'm very glad you risked everything to save me, kid. He calls Larry the Cable Guy kid, which is kind of funny, and he's like, but we got to get out of here. This isn't our conflict. We're
Oh,
here
Jesus.
illegally, blah, blah, blah. And then Larry the Cable Guy just goes into this whole thing to like rouse these dudes up to like stay and fight. And Bill Engvall's like, I got to get back to Connie and the kids. And like Larry's like, well, yeah, that's exactly right, Bill. Because what if Connie and the kids lived in a town like this? And it's like, we're going to stay and liberate these people.
Think about it. How are we ever going to control the quote-unquote illegal heroin trade if we don't stay in Iraq?
And
How?
Think about anything bad happening in America. You can't, can you?
We need you. We got it all so great. We can just come into other towns with guns and figure it the fuck out, dude.
We got to spread what we got. It's not a STD, it's hope.
Think about this. They don't have what you enjoy back at home, which is drinking water out of exclusively lead pipes.
Look, it's what I mean when I say get her done. It's my thesis. We have to get her done.
You see all these people, none of them have debt. Can you imagine the hell of not having just insane debt?
They're not paying rent to live. That's wrong.
That is definitely not cool. This lady right here is not crippled by student loans. Unbelievable.
Let's get her enrolled in some stupid fancy school that means fucking nothing like NYU.
Let's get these people into some pyramid schemes.
Yeah, like NYU.
Multi-level marketing.
NYU.
Whatever.
There is kind of a funny DJ Qualls line where like, so Engvall gets on board because of that. And then DJ Qualls just goes, oh, who am I kidding? I live in a storage locker. I'm not going anywhere. And he stays to fight. And they fucking defend the town, man.
They do.
Whatever.
There's the tank and shit. And,
The girlfriend gets kidnapped at the end. Of course she does. And Larry just punches him in the face, Danny Trejo. And again, like, I don't know, dude. What if he just got shot? You know what I mean? Like, that'd be kind
What
of
if
cool.
anyone got shot?
Well, Bill Engvall does. He gets shot in the ass, which, I mean, is
Forrest Gump.
it's a silly joke. But
Gump
like,
did it.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Yep,
'Cause
totally.
like, this whole thing happens, Larry,
See his
like,
ass explode and
Yes.
fiery wreckage and blood.
Oliver Stone-esque slow motion.
There's a fucking squib shooting out of his ass.
Have any of you seen The Great Outdoors?
Yes.
Yeah, the John Candy movie.
Yeah, I would imagine that how Bill Engvall gets shot in the ass is much like the bear, and just like all the hair splits off.
Speaking of hiding in a cave, that bear and Saddam Hussein.
Same difference.
Same fucking thing.
There
Saddam
is-
Hussein is the bear of the Middle East. Is just another animal. I'm not going anywhere with this. I don't even know what I'm saying.
There is, I mean, like, you got to dig through the wreckage to find it. There's kind of a funny Larry the Cable Guy line right here where the mayor says to him, like, oh my God, Danny Trejo has kidnapped Maria.
Yes.
You got to go save her. And Larry kind of looks around and goes, well, you got any more daughters?
Yes.
It's kind of funny.
And apparently that was an ad lib. That's the only one of the 4 IMDb trivia.
Nice work, Dan.
Yeah, he's got it when it needs it. And then like the American government saves the day.
Which is surprising, but I guess it turns out it's because Lisa Lampanelli told them to come because she's
The guy is like,
old battle axe.
your wife did not stop calling until she was talking to the State Department and like she demanded we go down and save you or whatever. And there's a thing in here which I could not believe. This is like a naming gag from the Three Stooges, honestly, but we find out that Bill Engvall's name in this movie is Bill Little. Bill Little. He's the like. Can you fucking believe that they bothered for that? We're at minute 87 of this 90-minute movie, and that joke gets
Bill
tossed
Little. I get it.
And then we realized at the beginning this big patent thing, which you kind of forgot about. Like,
Of course you did.
It didn't seem like a framing device at the time, but it was.
Yeah.
And this is the medal ceremony for them.
It's like the end of Star Wars, dude. We got that fucking Chewbacca line.
Yeah, we get even the R word Chewbacca gets a medal here.
Look, it's either this or we get sued, guys. I don't know what to tell you. We got to act like it's the end of Star Wars.
And
here
then
with these two.
the government pretends it's like, oh, Operation Sombrero was to take out some terrorist network in Mexico.
And this is a thing, dude. This is the thing that plays right into all that shit of like the terrorists are coming through the border.
There's an 80s movie with Gary Busey called Bulletproof about stopping a super tank. And the premise is Mexico is a staging ground for all the world's terrorists to come and
To just come up because the border's so weak.
That's
you
the
get
thing.
it, America?
make America great again. It started with Reagan, and fucking paranoia about terrorists attacking the United States through Mexico started with Reagan. Actually, it's probably started with the Zimmerman letter in World War I.
Yes, right? We get like an Animal House-esque end of the movie. Here's where they all wrapped up, and we'll tell you via a crisp white subtitle at the bottom.
Sucks shit.
Keith David opens like an exercise, like boot camp themed exercise gym in Miami.
I felt good for him though. He deserves out.
Yeah.
Of course, that means he's the farthest away from Larry and these guys to ruin his life ever.
I honestly, I was like on pins and needles when this was happening. I was like, are they going to fit in another rape joke here somehow?
It could have been,
They could have
because
sneaked one in at the end.
You know what it is, dude? Because this movie would not be above it, but it's like turned out he lacked it.
Or
yeah,
just
so
like
him and the other guy get married.
Exactly.
Or
Or it's a
part
thing
of
where
it.
it's like, and he opened it with his partner and the dude comes into frame and then Larry goes, it's business partner, T-Tat.
Bill Engvall sued the Mexican government for getting shot in the ass.
What the fuck?
And then
But-
he gets a house in Beverly Hills, and he's rich now.
But yeah, all
he's-
right.
and he's
It's a
rich, and
joke.
he's rich
It's a
now.
joke, so whatever, right?
I
but-
guess a dude like that. I mean, I don't know. What is that? Like a Beverly Hillbillies kind of reference
I
or
guess
something?
so.
Why the fuck would that guy move to
But
California?
it's like the U.S. government invades a Mexican town, and the Mexican government helps cover it up, then gets successfully sued.
That didn't make.
I think it would be thrown. Yeah, don't make no sense. Do it.
I'm not greedy. All I need is the bullet in my ass, my golden house,
My rocket car.
my Lisa Lampanelli.
yeah, my fucking bitch wife.
And DJ Qual stays in Mexico to be a famous Mexican wrestler.
Oh, right. Carne Asada is his name.
Yes, of course. 80-pound individuals are often Mexican wrestlers.
Yes.
Oh, man. And then we cut back to Glenn Morshower because you get the little subtitle after he pins a medal on each of them. And then he's like, Larry the Cable Guy, I have spent my entire life in the United States military, and you are the bravest soldier I've ever seen.
Yes.
We got to keep this going. And he's like, actually, I got other plans. Open Larry's fucking Bubba Gum shrimp restaurant in Mexico.
Guess,
Cabo
did you guys?
San Lucas.
Yes, I just met the most wonderful doctor, played by Eric Roberts.
Yes. He's
It's
got
the
a
same.
huge boat and a huge house.
Dr. Beck is fantastic. He gave me mouth to mouth.
He said he's going to name his boat after me.
But isn't it crazy? That's the same town, right? From the Doctor
It's
verse.
the Doctor verse.
Oh, and I looked it up. The restaurant is Larry's Mess Hall.
I am not going to anything called Larry's Mess Hall.
Larry with the word mess. I'm just
No,
going to avoid
definitely
anything
not.
around that.
And then you see, I think this was like real. Like this actress was like, absolutely not, because it's like, and him and Maria got married, and he goes to kiss her, and the woman like backs away for some reason. I was like, phew, dodged it. And then it's like, I don't think so. And like, boom, in there they start making out. I almost threw up. We've been saying through all these Larry movies, like, it's insane he never gets to like kiss a woman on the screen and be an adult about it. Turns out we were wrong.
Yeah.
You never want to see that happen in a movie.
It's terrible.
disgusting.
I really did. I was waiting for her to go like with the wag finger and then go with the.
Oh, I'm
A little
sorry.
money.
Did I get a piece of chicken wing bone in your mouth, sweetheart?
You know, there's just a bunch of chicken skin in there. You can lick it out
Oh,
if you
you
like.
just, you just lodged some old pork rinds.
11 herbs and spices, and then one other ingredient.
You know, I have a single nerd wedged between two teeth in the back of the molar. If you could pry that out with the tip of your tongue, I would give you so much money.
Man, nerds, one of the worst candies.
The government gave it to me. It's a cyanide nerd in case I got taken hostage in Iraq.
Hey, cool, it's blue raspberry.
The coolest thing about being in Cabo San Lucas is it's a resort town, and threesomes are plentiful.
She's getting fucked every night, and I'm jerking off and crying in the corner.
That's what makes the mess hall messy.
Dude, and then like in the dumbest part, because like we pretend to care about like prison rehabilitation. It's like Danny Trejo's character went to jail and was rehabilitated and started a new life as a prop comic, and he's using Jeff Dunham's like shot in the face pepper puppet.
Yeah. They got the pepper done up like Tom Cruise in Minority Report after he gets his eyes
See,
taken
that's
out.
the thing. Is like, yes, but if Danny Trejo was doing chili pepper prop comedy or ventriloquism,
Sure.
Yeah.
at least he's Danny Trejo and not some fucking vanilla ass white guy named Jeff.
Yeah, like, you know, yeah. But then it's like, you know, it's a news report, and it's like, oh, and in the raid, you know, Operation Sombrero, we arrested famed musician Carlos Santana, and then the movie just ends with Oye Como Va playing.
And we're doing bloopers, and we're all singing Oye Como Va. By the way, I looked it up because it's at the end. I was like, it's not actually Carlos Santana's version of
Well,
Oye
you
Como
got to
Va.
pay up for that, yeah.
It's the Los Lonely Boys.
Oh,
Oof.
no.
Anyone remember the Los Lonely Boys?
Only from them compilation commercials.
How far is heaven?
Whoa.
You know what? No, that was when I worked at the gym. That was on all of the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Are they all white? Is that why they had to pay them rather than?
No, I did their Mexican.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Well, that's
so.
good.
It's cheaper than Carlos Santana.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Kind of surprised because this movie loves dated comedy that there wasn't just a smooth joke put in.
Oh
Yeah.
man. But Oyo Como Va, good song.
Great song. But can you imagine?
Just like the ocean under the moon. It's a little sweeter loving that you wanted to.
Or whatever the lyrics are.
Oh, it's a hot one.
I didn't watch any of the bloopers. Anything racist happening there?
No, I mean like Eric said. There's the funny DJ Qualos in a movie that was nominated for Oscars. That's pretty
right.
good.
Yeah.
That's about it.
The fucking
kinda
Peacock
nothing.
stream. Peacock has one of the fastest countdowns to the watch next.
It's crazy.
I couldn't even find the fucking remote. So, and I was like, I'm not
Unbelievable.
fast forwarding through Delta Farce. I missed it.
But what's crazy too is like usually even if a streaming service is like, oh, there's stingers or something, they won't immediately do that countdown. Peacock's like, this is fucking Delta Farce. Fuck you.
Yep.
New show starting immediately. I don't give a fuck about these bloopers.
Totally. It would go right into the new Saved by the Bell episode. Excellent. But that is Delta Farce, ladies and gentlemen, our 600th movie covered on We Hate Movies Prime. Fucking unbelievable that this thing.
Insane.
Well, I was going to say it was unbelievable that it's made. It's absolutely not. It makes logical sense that this exists.
The
in American film
podcast or the
culture.
show?
Both.
Or the podcast or the movie, rather.
I meant the movie, but
Yeah.
it makes logical sense that we could do this 600 times.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Sure.
But we'll go around final thoughts and, dare I say, recommendations about Delta Farce. Steve Sadak.
Not a recommend. It's just poor comedy. Not even like Chris said, I think it's the worst of the Larrys because there's not enough Larry, sadly, and there's not
Poor comedy. Look at this rich man putting his nose in the air.
And just like DJ Qualls is trying his best, Keith David's trying his best, and Bill Engvall is trying his best to the detriment of the film.
Chris.
Yeah, big no over here. The thing, like, I think it's the problem is you try too much to be a movie. Like, this actually wants to be like the same thing with the Jingle All the Way too.
Yeah.
Like, he's more boring here, and like the one thing Larry can't be is boring because that's literally the only thing I like about him is that he pisses me off. Like, because at least I'm engaged then. I'm engaged with the piece. But like, I'm not here. I'm just kind of like, oh, you're just being racist and you don't even have like energy. It's just kind of a dud, a total dud.
Eric Siska.
Yeah, it's also a big no. It's abysmal. Honestly, it was tough to get through.
Yeah.
But Larry, call me. I think we could be quite a tag team.
Ben Shapiro's throwing money around, baby.
Oh, it turns out Eric Siska wants to be on my tag team. Excellent. Baby, I found one.
I will fuck your wife.
Hey, cool. No, this is abysmal. This is fucking embarrassing that this exists, that it's allowed to be streamed for free on Peacock. Like, this should be fucking taken off the books. It's really embarrassing, but also like a cultural artifact of shit that this country found really important in the late aughts, unfortunately. But that is going to do it, gang, for the 600th episode of We Hate Movies. We are sincerely grateful that y'all, some of you have been here from the beginning with us. Some of you found us last week. Either way, thank you for tuning in, because without you guys, we don't do it because there's no reason to. But, we are always endlessly filled with gratitude that you all tune in every week. And with that, if you want more We Hate Movies, of course, check out patreon.com/We Hate Movies. We just dropped a We Love Movies listener requested episode about The Warriors, the Walter Hill masterpiece from 1979.
Can you dig it?
Oh, we digged it. We digged it big time, baby. We also got customized episodes of The Nexus coming out this month. We're talking Bosk on the Gleep Glossary finally.
Animation Damnation on Double Dragon, the cartoon series.
And a singable commentary track coming out later this month on Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And by the way, folks, if you pledge, you don't just get this month's offerings. You get everything. Everything.
That's
and
right.
we've done so much. Go to WHMpodcast.com. Look at that WHM Prime list. You'll see certain episodes are patrons only.
That's right. And next week, we get back on track with Listener Request Month. We had to sort of split it in half here to make sure we hit this 600th episode. Very special to bring Larry on the show. But Steve, we are getting back to what the listeners wanted us to watch. And what's that going to be next Tuesday?
It's going to be a wild one. It's The Last Boy Scout.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. One of the greatest opening kills in film history.
Tony Scott finally showing. Oh, wait, no, taking a Pelham 1 through 3.
That's right, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Lick my bunghole, motherfucker.
And we'll see. Because I rewatched Last Boy Scout a while ago, and I was not as much. It's pretty misogynistic. It's crazy.
Oh, I mean,
it's fucking
it's
crazy.
I mean, any of like it has all the benchmarks of action films at the time. It's got all the bad stuff and all the good stuff, I would say.
So it'll be fun either way.
Yeah.
So until next week, when we take the good with the bad, I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Eric Siska.
Chris Cabin.
Take it easy.
That was a HeadGum podcast.